Check. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 17 of the Brent Pella Show, dude. We've been doing it for 17 weeks. That's pretty cool. This episode of the podcast was a blast. Wow. A lot of fun. Talked to my buddy, Johnny Mitchell. He's a stand-up comic out of L.A., originally from Portland, Oregon, and I grew up in Davis, California, and those are basically the same town in two different states. And Johnny was, I don't want to give it away because I want you to listen to his story because it's wild, but Johnny was one of America's last great bootleggers. The guy he was a weed dealer, and he was a big one, okay? So listen to the story. I don't want to give too much away. We talk all about it, and we also talk about some current event stuff, and just overall have a good time. It's always a good time hanging with a bud, and you guys get to hang with us now, all right? So please enjoy it. Without further ado, please welcome one of the biggest former weed dealers I've ever known, maybe the biggest guy, the white Pablo Escobar. Everybody, please enjoy this episode of the podcast with my boy, Johnny Mitchell. What's up, bro?
What's up, baby boy?
Good, dude.
Man, it's all good, dude.
Is it good?
Yeah. Dude, I got government money coming in. I'm making money under the table.
Honestly, a lot of people are making way more than they used to.
It's a boom
especially
time.
Comedians.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like
yeah.
A majority of comics that I know
100%
are making way more than they did.
Yeah. That's what people are like, oh, you think comics are going to like leave town? No.
No way.
They're such losers. They have nothing to go home to.
They're going to stay and keep not working.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I've been living on a couch for 3 years. What's another fucking year? Jesus.
That show we did the other night was pretty dope, dude. That was the first time.
It was a great time.
How did you feel after that?
I did not feel good.
No?
But I loved seeing you. I loved running into everybody. Like, the party was good.
Yeah.
Did not feel good about my set, but I did have a couple of pops on some new jokes.
That's
so I'm
what
like, okay.
you want after 2.5 months of not doing it.
Hadn't been on stage in three
the
months.
least you can ask for is a couple of pops.
Exactly. Did you get a couple of pops?
I got a couple of pops. There was a moment where I was like, holy shit, I'm bad. This is so bad. There's like the first 2 minutes, and I couldn't talk. You didn't get there until
I did. I walked in at the end.
I
walked in at the end, and your energy when you're on stage, it always seems like you're killing because you're so loud. And you're just like the life of the party, so it's like
that's cool. I think maybe I'm just making up for being really bad.
It's absolutely a defense mechanism.
Yeah, that's all my insecurity coming out. But there was I was talking to Craig, and it was like it takes years to get comfortable with silence. Yeah, and the silence between jokes and the silence between the setups, and it took 2 months to go right back
to eliminate all of it. Yeah, you're doing it. We were doing it every day.
Yeah.
And it literally for years.
And then I was setting up a joke and no one's laughing. And I was like, fuck. Like no one's laughing. Holy shit. And then I remembered afterwards when I was sitting down, I was like, oh, it's because I was setting up the story.
That's right.
But it was good at least to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
was also good to get in front of people that weren't wearing masks or be around people that weren't wearing masks.
For sure.
Even though that felt weird for sure.
For sure. I'll tell you what, because you've been podcasting a while.
Since March.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you've been on other people's podcasts. You've probably been guesting, right?
Yeah.
I love the spontaneity and the riffing and the stream of consciousness when you're podcasting. Going on stage doing jokes felt contrived.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, this feels so phony. It's like they know that I've written this stuff and that I've memorized it.
Right. Yeah. It's like it felt kind of like reading from a script.
That's right.
When I was doing older jokes.
That's right. It's like I just want to pull up the stool and talk to you guys.
Yeah.
You know? Are there any headphones here? Right. I need to can up. I need to can up to do this. You know?
That's so funny.
I just want to talk about what's really going on. That's what people want.
I wonder if people felt that way too. If the audience felt that way.
Could be. I mean, people are addicted
so
to podcasts. They're addicted to the kind of rawness of you and I, sitting down. Even if it's a huge podcast, it's like we're talking about how I just took a dump in your bathroom.
Yeah, how'd that go, by the way?
It went good.
Was it good?
It was only a 4-flusher.
You were calling out to me during it, describing my bathroom.
That's right. Yeah.
You guys don't have an air conditioner in here.
There's no fan.
There's no fan.
It looks just like mine.
What is this, wood?
There's hair everywhere.
That's Morgan, not me.
That you've just like every single guy's bathroom, you've just brushed to the side.
Dude,
you haven't actually vacuumed it up, but you've brushed it up to the side of the bathroom.
I try as hard as I can, and I'm like, I can't get the college bro out of me. It's parts of me in college remain in a way that I just can't get out. And like, I don't know when that's gonna leave. I don't know when I'm gonna grow up, dude.
You've taken a few beer bongs in your day.
Yeah,
you've taken a few.
I've beer bonged Fireball more than once.
You went to UC Davis?
Santa Barbara.
Even better.
Yeah.
You grew up in Davis.
I grew up in Davis,
but you went to
Santa
Santa
Barbara,
Barbara.
college town. So like in high school, we were crashing college parties.
Dude, me and you are one and the same guy. I'm telling you.
Did you go
I went
to
to
Arizona?
U of O. I went to the University of
Oregon?
Oregon. Yeah, I went to Oregon. So all the Cali bros, they were all from NorCal.
Yeah, and they all go to Oregon.
They all went to Oregon.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, I'm telling you, we all listen to Mac Dre. We're the same.
Dude.
We're the same.
We're the same
Portland
age too,
kids. Right? I might be a little older. I'm 34.
Okay, I'm 17. So
so we're gonna cut the mics, and I'm gonna try to seduce you after this.
You're gonna groom me. Yeah. There we are, staying topical.
See, we brought that back.
Yeah. Dude, Oregon, I hear, was a huge party school too.
It's basically like a Santa Barbara or with less hot chicks because it's raining. It rains too much.
Oh,
so you
get
girls
in bikinis.
Exactly. So you have hot Cali girls, but they're the kind that balloon after 25. We call those fighters. Because they fight to keep it in. They're working out every day. They're getting up at 6 a.m. to do the spin class.
There's guys like that too, though. There's guys that I went to high school with that.
They're finished.
Yeah, I'm talking athletes, dude.
Right.
Dudes that were like straight real athletic.
Like football players?
Football, baseball, basketball. Like the high school I went to, a lot of guys were 3-sport athletes.
Yeah.
And they were actually like good at everything.
Yeah.
And but no one ever really like made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we didn't have any D1 guys, but we had guys that murdered in high school.
Right.
But it's because you when you stop playing competitive sports, it's like hard to, I think, keep that energy. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely, and especially like the D3 athletes. Like that was my brother. That was my brother. He was a star in high school, but he wasn't D1.
Yeah.
So they fall the hardest because they might dominate in D3. But where are you going to go after that?
Yeah.
Where are you going to go after that?
Especially if you don't stay in sports as like a profession.
And how can you do that? I mean, that's even harder than
like
the
as
arts.
as like trainers or whatever.
That's true. But if you weren't D1, you're not going to be connected enough to like get to a level. It's just like show business.
Yeah.
Athletics is show business, right?
Yeah.
At that point. And so you have to be, but it's even it's less based off talent even than comedy, if you can believe it, right?
Yeah.
And so it's if you weren't at a D1 school, there's almost no way you're going to crack that. Like, okay, I'm a trainer. I'm an assistant coach for the Ducks or the Beavers or the fucking, even the Banana Slugs.
Yeah.
No, that's Santa Cruz. That's Santa Cruz.
Which I went there too. Yeah.
Dude, that's so perfect. How many years were you in college? 8, 9?
I pulled a Van Wilder, bro. I did 2 years at Santa Cruz, and I played there. And then
you played ball?
Yeah, I played basketball at Santa Cruz.
Dude, you're nice, bro. I watch your Instagram videos.
Thanks, dude. Yeah.
Like kids got skills. You got good calves.
I do have good calves. I have bad ankles.
That's what it was?
I keep turning my ankles, man. I'm coming back from an injury right now.
What did you play in college?
I played position or sport. Played basketball. I came out of high school. Came out of high school as a point, but I got moved to wing, and then like wing point in college for my first 2 years. And then I transferred my junior year to Santa Barbara, and I broke my ankle. And that was like the big injury that I was done with organized sports.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
But then I kept playing, and I coached at Kobe's camp in the summers for like 6 years. And then I kept coaching kids on the side and just playing by myself. So I never really lost it.
Wow.
Wow. Just because I loved it so much and it was fun. It would have been easy for me to fall off the wagon.
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
My ankles are made of glass.
So what'd you do did you become a party boy after your playing days were over?
I was always down to party. I was always trying to rage. Like I loved going to UC Santa Cruz, but when I was there, I don't know what it's like now, but when I was there, it was not like a party school. It was much more like there weren't any frat houses. People just lived in like suburbs, surrounded by families and like regular people. Yeah, so parties would get the cops called on them at like 11 p.m.
Right.
And that's what we did in high school. So I was like, is this high school 2.0? This is like worse than The high school social scene.
Wow.
My high school social scene, we partied pretty hard. Like we were.
Same.
I mean, yeah.
Same. You drag a keg.
Did you grow up in Oregon too?
I grew up in Portland, yeah.
Okay.
So we drag a keg out to the golf course.
Yeah, dude, we would take it out to the cuts. We would say,
That's right.
party in the cuts tonight,
That's
dude.
right,
In these
that's right.
big-ass cornfields. And we would get these, like, we would get 3 kegs, and everybody would point their car lights at them. It was like a scene out of Friday Night Lights. We would just point the headlights at the keg shells, blast country, and Mac Dre.
I love it.
Get hammered.
And jump back into those cars after you've
go
been
to
drinking
like IHOP or
to
something.
drive home. I love it.
Or Del Taco or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my high school experience.
So you got like a nice fingering. I think I got my first hand job like behind an oak tree.
Oh, nice.
At, like, at one of these keg parties.
Nice. Mine was in the backseat of a car.
God, don't you love
Yeah.
that? Don't you love when
I miss hooking up in the backseat of cars.
Dude, if we're not facing the elements, I don't want to finger you. You know what I mean? I want a strong breeze. I want a torrential downpour. Those were the best times.
You want caveman elements?
Yes.
Yeah.
God damn it. And it
really was the most exciting in high school.
The most exciting.
Because it was brand new. And like when you even just making out with someone, you'd like be,
you'd be
psyched
on cloud
for weeks.
9.
Yeah.
You'd be bragging about it.
Yeah. God, what a feeling.
And now after you have sex you raw dog sex, you fuck all over your apartment.
You just feel terrible.
Yeah, you don't want to tell anyone.
You don't want to tell anybody.
Ashamed.
You just feel so sad. You feel so terrible.
Terrible. Terrible. Did you get laid in high school? Did you do the
my mom and dad scared me as a child to not have sex until I was 18.
Wow. So you
I
didn't get laid till you went to college.
I could have. There were a couple opportunities I had in high school, but I was too nervous.
Okay. See, I could not have.
But I did my senior year of high school when I was 18.
I was right after graduation. All my friends
Right after high school graduation?
Right after high school graduation.
Yeah.
All my friends had fucked. And I knew a fat chick that was down. I knew a fatty that was down.
No way.
She was a junior. I was like, I got to chuck it in you.
Oh
I just got to get this off the board. You know what I mean?
So you did it just to take care of that bullet point in your life.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Had maybe
Were you friends with her?
No.
Really?
No, I had maybe a quarter chub, which was
God.
I had hardly an erection.
Did you tell people after? Or did you just keep it silent?
No,
Were you like,
no,
I did it?
no,
And they were
I
like,
did.
with who? And you were like, don't worry about it.
Precisely.
Really?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of and my sex life's kind of followed a pattern ever since.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, at least you don't have people coming after you online, dude. That's what we have to avoid these days.
I know, but I think
being a dick, pretty much. I guess.
I think, man, it's like selling dope. Like it's like the drug game, which I know you brought me on to talk about. So this is going to make sense.
Oh, sure, yeah, we'll get into that.
Reference out of here.
Yeah.
But like, it's when you're living that fast and you're killing it for so long. If you take the L, if the cops finally come knocking on your door or Twitter finally comes knocking on your door, it's like you can't cry about it.
No.
Like I'm not saying it's right, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like he should have fallen back 4 years ago.
And we're talking about
Crystalia. It's
Crystalia.
okay. It's okay. It's
just
like
so people know.
He because I think I think now he's settled down. He's got a kid and shit. But he should he was in the spotlight 5 years ago. He should have fallen back.
Yeah. My buddy went to did he go to ASU, Arizona State, I think? And he was telling me, like, when everything first broke a week or two ago, we were talking about it, and he was like, yeah, dude, like when I was in college, all my hot friends that were girls were telling me that all of them.
Yeah.
Like legit.
Yeah.
I have 20 girls I could name for you right now.
Yeah.
That got hit up by him or hooked up with him.
Right. It's like, what are you doing hitting these chicks up? Let them hit you up.
Yeah, man.
You've got enough of them hitting you up.
Especially during the era where whenever a man is like acting predatory, they're going to get called out.
Right.
That's been happening
That's
for
been
years.
happening.
That's been happening. And you're doing it alongside all the guys that are getting called out for it.
Right. Exactly.
And you don't need to. He's like he's a good-looking dude with a lot of fame and influence.
Yeah.
All he has to do is wait
You
for...
could just wipe everything out and keep fame. That's all you need.
Yeah, it is. For that's all you need for like attractive women to message
Paul
you.
Giamatti has bitches hitting him up in his
I'm
DMs.
sure he does.
I don't
to
think
be
he
fair,
has Instagram.
I would bang Paul Giamatti.
You kind of have a Paul Giamatti
I've
curly
been told
hair
that
look.
before.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm not even bullshitting you.
No, I think once I go bald, I'm going to turn into Paul Giamatti.
But you also have a Jude Law, good-looking eyes.
I've heard Jude Law too. I've also heard Vince Vaughn, since it looks like I'd never sleep. Yeah.
You look tired and a little psychotic. Dude.
I am tired.
You show
I'm
up
very
as
psychotic.
You show up as a tired kid, dude. You show up as a sleepy kid. You're just like me, dude.
Yeah.
And you got latent anger. You're just like
right.
me.
I have frustration, dude.
But at least your content outlet is like characters, and you could tell you're athletic.
Yeah.
Because you're running around.
Oh, that's really
you're doing all this shit on stage.
Okay.
I don't have the wind to do act outs.
Do you work out?
Fuck no.
You don't work out at all?
I work out. I like.
You're a big dude. Did you play sports?
I did, but I was never any good at it. But I do.
Really?
I hit like prison stuff. I do like dips on the bench.
That's what I do.
I do exactly. I hit that push-ups, 100 push-ups every day. I hit,
okay,
I
great.
go,
Yeah.
but
That's
I don't. I couldn't run from the cops more than the block.
Sure.
I'll tell you that.
Have you ever ran from the cops?
Of course, back in the day, the keg parties.
It was fun.
Dude, we used to have cops.
It's fun.
We would have cop cars driving onto the golf course, Rose City Golf Course. Literally, it would look like a fucking invasion.
Oh,
like
that's
it
cool.
it was so cool. And
onto the golf course.
yes, because we used to drag a keg. We used to.
You partied on the course.
We would bring it on to the golf course. That was the
Wow,
main
that's
Rose City
badass,
Golf Course.
dude.
It was like this shitty public course.
Yeah.
But it was like in like a little valley. So on both sides were houses that lined. Like I think it was like a par 5. I think it was like hole number 9, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so the cops, this particular instance, because there'd be like hundreds of kids out there, right? So they would literally drive their fucking cars down the sides of these grassy hills, like through the rough. Yeah, and so
Dude.
just chasing everybody.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, dude, that happened with us once. Did you have like a senior ditch day?
Of course.
So for ours, we took 2 kegs and we went to this big ass field in Davis where I grew up.
Yeah.
And we played slosh ball. Did you ever play slosh
No.
ball? So slosh ball is kickball, but you kick with holding a full cup. And then you run, and every time you're at a base, you have to like chug until you start running again.
That's major.
And then there's a keg at second base. So
Right.
every time you get to second base, you have to refill.
Right.
So you get hammered,
Yeah,
and you're running,
yeah,
and you're sweating,
yeah,
and
yeah.
people are just going nuts. And so we're playing. We started at like 10 a.m. and we got until like 12 or 1. And, this cop car just comes skidding. It was like a scene out of Super Troopers, dude. They came skidding into the park, like full 180. Everybody started bailing. 2 of my friends grabbed the keg and like ran into the woods.
Yeah.
And the
Gotta grab the keg.
Grab
God
the
forbid
keg.
we lose
Yeah.
any beer.
This natty ice that we're
Yeah.
drinking. And the cop like jumps out of his car. One of them jumps out of the moving vehicle and like tackles my buddy to the ground.
Yeah.
And then my buddy like didn't get to walk in graduation.
Oh no.
Because of that.
Oh no. Yeah. See, that would never have happened in Portland.
Yeah.
Because Portland was big enough. Portland was like a big city by then. By the time we were so yeah, you just get a summons. You just go to court, but they never find out. Usually the school never found.
Yeah. So he got blocked from walking in graduation.
But he still graduated.
He still graduated.
He's probably waiting for you guys. Like after
He
you got out of the
was.
ceremony.
And then the night before our high school graduation, we just pulled an all-nighter at my buddy's place, and everybody was like puking in line at the rehearsal because we had to like rehearse the next day.
Yeah.
And so there were girls just like throwing up, and the teachers would come by and be like, "I'm sorry, honey, you can't walk. You can't." And they would pull them out of rehearsal, and they wouldn't be able to walk.
Yeah, they can't walk anyways.
They can't
They're
walk
fucking
anyways.
Puking.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
fucking puking.
It was
about
funny,
to
man.
faint.
It was funny,
Hey,
dude.
white kids.
Yeah.
That was when that was before. I don't think I would run from the cops now, even as a white kid just drinking underage.
We ran from the cops
because
a lot.
we didn't. I mean, in my era, we didn't see these videos. There was no social media.
Oh, right, same.
So
Yeah.
it's like
same.
Literally, I don't think if I saw the videos, if I was in high school now and I was on Instagram and I was watching Sean King's videos of people getting shot in the back, even as like a white kid in a middle class neighborhood, I don't think I would run from the cops now. I think I would just give up.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Because it's just like
sure.
It's just they'll just shoot at you. They're
Sure.
just shooting at people
Yeah,
running from
when
them.
you see so many videos that are like over the top police brutality, it's hard to not walk around with the mentality that every cop's gonna fuck you
Of
up.
course. And
Yeah.
you didn't even appreciate it back then because
Yeah.
we grew up on the show Cops.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. They just canceled
I know
it.
they just canceled
Rest
it,
in
yeah.
peace, Cops. But the cops are actually chasing people and tackling them. So we're like, okay. So
Right.
they tackle us. They'll fuck
Right.
us up a little bit, which
Yeah.
happened, But like that's the worst. Like we assume that's what cops were supposed to do.
Right.
That's just part of the job. They're
Right.
like,
Right. Dude, we
I
used
guess
to
we're running. We got some runners.
Dude, we used to do shit just to run from the cops, like for the
Right.
fun of it. Like
Right.
we would light off fireworks within like 10 feet of a parked cop car and then just like bolt.
Oh, wow.
And then we would
That's
hear the
gangster.
sirens coming after us. We'd dip into the bike path and just like,
Right.
on
That's
our bikes.
right. That's right.
Like we're kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like bad. We didn't like destroy property or
Right.
anything. We knocked over a few porta potties, but we used to do shit like just for the fun of it. I can't imagine anybody doing that today
No.
with all the videos that are circulating.
Yeah, but I think kids are just making videos. I don't think kids are having that kind of shenanigans anymore. Like they're too busy like
maybe not.
making TikTok
They're
videos.
on TikToks, yeah.
They're, being a kid now sucks.
It does.
The only thing it's good for is pussy.
There's so much more anxiety.
Like if you're so much more anxiety, and that's why you think Pete Davidson is a good comic. That's why you think he's funny. Is because you're so riddled with the problems of the world that you're like, this is good stuff. We're really relating to him.
Did you see the movie King of
I
Staten
didn't
Island?
see it, no.
Bill Burr and Marissa Tomei smashed.
I'm sure they did.
They're so
I'm
good.
sure they did.
The Legends crush.
I saw the trailer and I'm like, this is what it is. It's just an Apatow feel-good movie, which is fine.
Yeah, that's
it's fine
his,
for
that's
what it
his
is.
style. Yeah,
But it's not, I can't imagine it was really like funny. Like they haven't made a funny movie in a long time.
Judd Apatow, yeah, his movies are like really slice of life.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drama to it.
Yeah.
Which is cool because it's like he captures
Right.
that like real
Right.
essence of drama.
Yeah.
But it's not a
Like
hysterical laugh
super
out
bad.
loud
Like
thing.
when he stopped working with Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, that's when the movies went from funny first to sentimental first, and then if we get to the jokes, we will.
Right, like
But-
This Is 40 or Funny People.
That's right. That's right.
Or even Knocked Up had that was funny.
Knocked Up was funny still though. Like
Yeah, it
they
was
still
still
had
funny.
a lot of like belly laughing. Like they went for the hilarity first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was like that's Rogan's model. It's like let's just go for like the belly laugh.
Yeah.
And then but we do want to tie it into like a point, and we want to make it sentimental, and we want to make it relatable. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's super
but that's
bad.
the changing the times. And
It
guys
is.
like Apatow are always a step ahead. They're
Yeah.
always like, this era, this is what people relate to. This guy, Pete Davidson, speaks to a generation, Whereas like when I grew up on comedy, I grew up on
Adam Sandler.
Chris Rock or
Yeah.
Adam Sandler, or even watching like Richard Pryor clips. I don't relate to that. He grew up in a whorehouse in Peoria, Illinois.
Right,
Like I
right.
don't relate to any of that, but it's
Right.
funny. It's
Yeah.
hysterical. And it brings me into like a different world, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Apatow movies are cool. Will Ferrell's always kind of been my guy as far as movies go.
Yeah.
He's just always on. He always does his thing.
Right.
He's always funny.
Who was your guy? Who was the guy that influenced
Growing
you
up?
to get into stand up?
Actually, it was Andy Samberg. And
I see it. That makes total sense.
Do you want to hear that story?
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool story.
He's an NorCal guy. He's a Berkeley guy.
He is a Berkeley guy. And then he actually transferred. He went to UC Santa Cruz for 2 years, and then he transferred to NYU.
Okay, gotcha.
So I was fresh out of college and living in LA, and my buddy sent me a picture of a flyer that was posted at LMU saying, "Hey, the Lonely Island needs background extras.
Right.
We're casting for background extras." And they and I saw it and I was like, oh man, I don't want to be an extra. How can I like PA on this? I was like 22, fresh out of college with a couple of shitty comedy shorts under my belt, thinking I was like hot shit. And so I like called the company. I just cold called them for like 2 weeks straight, and they finally agreed to let me on as an unpaid intern.
Right.
And so I get onto the set, and I'm watching everything, and I see Andy Samberg and Akiva and Yorm. And I meet the producer, and I don't know what the fuck. I'm like, what are these big metal things? They're like C-stands. You know what I mean? I had no idea what was going on. And so at the end of the shoot, I go up to Andy Samberg, and I was like, hey, I was so nervous, dude. I was like, hey, man, I just got here from college. I've made a couple like comedy videos, and I know you did the same thing in college, but like, did you do anything else when you were first living in LA? And he was like, oh, yeah. I did stand-up for 7 years.
Wow. Did he? I had
like,
no
what?
idea he was a
Yeah.
stand-up. I had no idea.
He was like, I did stand-up for 7 years in New York. And I was like, really? And he said, yeah, I was never good.
right.
I never like toured.
He never made a dent.
But he wrote,
Yeah.
and it developed his voice.
Right.
It developed his style. He put bits up on stage that
Right.
he probably turned into videos.
Sure.
And so then I started going to open mics and started going to shows and watching people. and I saw a lot of people do terrible because that's what happens at open mics. And I was like, man, I can't be as bad as these guys.
Right.
Turns out I can.
Sure.
And so
absolutely.
I did it for the
And
first
will.
time, and I was terrible. But that like competitive drive in me from sports just made me
That's
keep
right.
coming back and
That's
keep
right.
wanting to get better.
That's right.
So that it was that
So it was like Sandberg.
moment. Yeah. But the guys that I watched growing up were like Farley, Jim Carrey is always going to be my number one.
Yeah.
I really love Adam Sandler and everything that he's
Yeah.
done. Even though he's done some shitty movies, like the good ones outweigh the bad ones.
They do.
by
They're
so
always
much.
funny.
And
Like,
the bad ones are like, he knows they're bad.
Yeah, they're
it's
still
just
solid
for fun.
though. Yeah, they're still
It's
solid.
for your kids.
Yeah.
It's not for you.
I
you know.
know.
So, those are my guys.
Nice.
I always love those guys. Yeah.
Mine was Louis. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah?
grew up on black comedians, so I never thought I could do it.
Really?
Even back in the 90s, there was politically correct culture was
Yeah.
already encroaching. So I'm like, I would watch Chris Rock, or like in the 2000s in college, Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Those two specials he had, like back to back, 2007, 2008. He was like
Yeah.
the biggest comedian.
Yeah,
He
was
was a fucking rock
He was
star.
huge.
But I was like, wow, these guys are telling these truths. But you got to be black to say
What made
these
you
things, right?
come up on black comedians so much?
Just
What?
because they were the hottest thing on HBO. They were
Mm.
HBO. So HBO was that's how people like became stars back in the 90s, early 2000s was the HBO special. That meant you had like made it.
Yeah.
So Rock, later Cat, and Dave Chappelle, obviously, right?
Yep.
So those are the main dudes. I mean, I can't really think of anybody else. Those are the guys that like you knew they had, like you looked forward to their HBO special coming out. You know what I mean? Like obviously there were like half hours and shit, right? That broke Louis and these a lot of New York comedians, David Spade, but. Anyways, but it was really it was like the legends that I didn't know a lot about comedy, so I just watched the legends.
Yeah.
Who were all those guys I just named.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I saw Louis' Hour, I think in 2009, I don't even want to say the name of the bit because I have to use bad words. I have to use it was
Don't say it, dude.
No, it was that Agate Igor Unt bit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And
Funny bit.
But the whole special was flawless.
Yeah.
And I watched this motherfucker and I'm like, God damn, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how I could do it, was
Yeah.
just by being vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And
So did you start doing stand up at Oregon?
no, and I waited like another 5
Did you start
years.
in LA?
I started in LA.
Nightmare.
I got out.
Terrible
nightmare.
Awful decision.
I mean, awful decision.
I started in LA too.
From day one, it was an
Yeah.
awful decision. I should have gone straight to New York from college, but I didn't know back then. I didn't know what I was selling pot. I was making literally millions of dollars 2 years out of college. So it was
That's
like
wild.
So it's like, how could I slow down to think like maybe I need to explore something else?
Did
you know what I mean?
All right. Yeah. So in college, were you selling weed?
Yeah. So we started out in high school just as potheads, right?
Just you and your buddies?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we would go like to the hood when Portland had a hood, and we were connected. We would go to this. He was a pimp. He was an old pimp. He was he was the dad of a friend that we knew.
Mm-hmm.
This guy named Antoine, straight gangster, but the homie, like a real like old school Portland thug, right? Like you don't see
Sure.
these guys anymore.
That's hilarious when I hear old school Portland thug.
Yeah,
I
but
think
it's
Fred
true, though.
Armisen in a beanie.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. I sold crack out of an LGBTQ bookstore.
Yeah, dude.
But this cat, I remember Antoine, he let me, when we were in 8th grade in middle school, and this is pre-gentrification Portland, he had braces on his teeth, and he showed me a sack of crack cocaine. I mean, these are
Whoa.
That's how it happens. And these guys never make it through high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, he showed me, he'd bring his gun.
How old is this guy, Anton?
He was my age, but we were 13, 14 at the time.
Okay.
And so he introduced me to his father, who's this old school pimp from all I guess the black gangsters, they all came up from LA in the 80s and 90s. Because they were, affiliated with like the Bloods and the Crips and all
And
this
they
shit,
needed new
and they wanted
territory?
turf, exactly. And it got super hot, so they just fled, took the I-5 north, 15 hours, and
Yep.
and they kind of set up in Portland. So he was the first guy, and I detail that in my book, like meeting this guy and this crazy shit. He was, he had like 2 bitches lying in his bed naked. And I'm
This
like,
is your boy's dad.
yes. And I'm 16 years old, like a nice white kid. And I'm fucking fascinated. My eyes are like this. I'm like, oh my God, this is it.
Shit.
This guy's got everything. So we bought like an ounce from him and we just started selling sacks,
Now, did he kind of teach you? Was he like, hey, yo,
Yeah, he put us down. He put us down with it.
He put you on game.
It was me and my boy Reggie. And so, anyways, long story short, we move on. We graduate high school and we move on to Oregon, to U of O, and that's where we start selling and getting a little bigger. And this is back in the day when people don't listen to this podcast. These 20-somethings that are just buying weed at a at a place that looks like the Mac store.
No, dude.
You know what I mean?
When we were growing up,
that's right.
It was so illegal.
It was illegal as fuck, and there was money to be made in it.
Huge money.
So by the time we were 20, 21. If we had like a pound of weed, we're making like $500 a week sometimes. Just selling.
Always going through this dude.
So
or did you have other?
Exactly. So we started branching out, and so the whole goal back in the day for a middleman was to meet a grower. Mm-hmm. So because when you met a grower, you could get wholesale prices, right? But it was hard to get connected like that. You had to know somebody. So we were about 21, 22, I think it was junior or senior year of college. We met. So Eugene is in the middle of Oregon, right? But Southern Oregon, Northern California is where they grow the best outdoor weed and the most outdoor weed in the country.
Weed, California.
Exactly, precisely. So a friend of ours introduced us to his father-in-law or something, or his uncle, and these are like old school blue collar guys that just had weed fields out in the middle of the fucking forest, like literally 2 hours up the hill off of I-5, like just through, like your car could barely make it up there.
Yeah.
And these guys were sitting on hundreds and hundreds. They harvested thousands of pounds a year, like federally. I mean, these guys were talking about like minimum like 10 years in prison.
Yeah, that's like cartel numbers.
Exactly. And we knew cartel guys too by the end. We knew like Mexican cartel guys that if they were dry, meaning if they had sold out of their supply, we'd go down into Cali, either like Eureka, like all those like really Mendocino,
Humboldt.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
And so we would go down there and we'd meet those guys, you know what I mean? And it was wild because they'd have like dudes with guns, standing around. Like it was real. It was on some real cartel narco shit, right?
Yeah.
So we had the wholesale prices. So we would start buying 5, 10, 15 pounds at a time and driving it back up I-5 to Eugene. And so
this is during college.
That's right. So this is at the end. This is 2007, beginning of 2008. So now we're like one of the biggest distributors in Eugene. So we would meet. We were not selling. Like you couldn't get weed from me unless you were buying 1, 2, 3 pounds at a time. Yeah. So we were the distributor. So we gave it to our guys who were giving it to the lower guys who were retailing it. You know what I mean?
So at this point, you have an operation.
Yeah,
it's not
for sure.
You and a couple stoner buddies
no,
dishing out packs
it's
anymore.
me and Reggie. Exactly. It's me and Reggie. We got robbed at gunpoint a few times, right? Like we were playing. This is how the street collided with like middle class college life.
Yeah.
So we were playing Mario Kart for N64. Shout out. Still the best game. Better than GoldenEye for N64, right? And so we're playing it. And this is broad daylight, the middle on like a Tuesday, on like a sunny afternoon. And we're like in the middle of class, right? Like we got to go off to class in an hour. So because we're all living in this house, right? And we're playing video games in the living room when you walk in the house. Reggie is taking a shit. We hear a knock on the door, and we think it's somebody. We think it's like a friend or somebody coming over. They go, "Hey, is Reggie here?" And we're like, "Yeah, come on in." And bro, I look up, and it's 2 dudes with ski masks on, fucking pointing guns at us. Yeah. So they put us all on the floor and shit. Reggie's not in the living room, so they're like, "Where the fuck is Reggie?" And we're like, "We don't know, dude. Just take your finger off the trigger."
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to play. You're killing. I had my best time on Chaco Mountain. I was about to break the record. I was having a record time, and so they just ransacked the house. Dude, they stormed out of the basement. These guys knew where we kept our safe. They knew they'd been in the house before. I knew it because they walked straight to the basement. I'm like, there's no fucking way the two dudes who had never been in the house before would know to go down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't get anything because we'd had it all kept. We had an apartment that nobody knew about where we kept all the work.
You had a safe house?
Yeah. Yeah. So they still got like we still had cash lying around. Like they probably made off with like a couple grand and like maybe a few ounces of weed, which hurt, but it didn't put us out of business. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Yeah. But so anyways, they were in and out in about 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And this is, bro, if their finger had slipped, this kid had a 22.
Right.
Fucking a foot from my head.
Right.
I'm like, that shit had slipped.
And you say kids, so do you think you know who they were, or at least you think they rolled in your circle?
I'm pretty sure they had been, because we used to throw
parties.
Yeah, we used to have Keg Tuesday, we called it.
Yeah.
Tuesday, you come over and you have a keg, and I mean, it was just cracking, right? It was just people sardined in there. So, and when you're doing shit at that level, there's rumors about you, and you know, the guys were gossiping, and you know, it's just people find out about it in a small town like Eugene. When you're bringing in 15 pounds a week, like,
right,
you know, there's people know
you're
people
the guys.
know even if they've never dealt with you, they know.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, so yeah, we might have met him. Who knows? I think one kid was short. It was like some Asian kid, but yeah, who knows? And then there was a big white guy. And so yeah. Anyways, but Reggie walks out of the bathroom. He's like, "What's up, guys? What was all the commotion about?"
No way.
Yeah, the guys had already bounced. We were like, "Fuck you, dude!"
Oh my God.
He was just enjoying his shit.
Shitting the whole time.
Well, his friends were getting hogtied.
Oh my God.
In the fucking living room.
How scary is it having a gun pointed at you? Was that the scariest moment of your life?
It was surreal. No, I think my plane almost going down. I've been way more scared on airplanes.
Okay.
Because, and I'll tell you why. Because I had other people around, so it felt like, it just felt like, I don't know. It felt surreal.
It's almost a more controllable situation.
Exactly.
Than like an airplane.
Exactly. And they immediately, I knew what they wanted immediately. So like, I just kind of doubt that these kids were like hard rock like that. Like,
they didn't beat you up or anything?
They didn't pistol whip us. No.
Okay.
I mean, we probably could have rushed them, but you know, again, it's like,
you don't know if the guns are loaded or not.
Yeah. But the guy, so when the guy went to the basement, one of the guys went to the basement. The other guy, he had like this little 22. Like, we probably could have stood up and been like, "Yo, we're gonna take your gun and we're gonna shove it up your ass."
Yeah, and somebody probably would have gotten like a shoulder shot.
Exactly,
or something.
exactly. But a 22, if that hits you
in the head,
if that hits you in the head, it's gonna bounce around and fucking hit every blood vessel.
Yeah,
and then you'll die 3 hours later in the hospital.
Woo.
So that's enormous. But think about that. That kind of.
God.
And I won't say it. You could go buy the book. But there was times where, like, I'm not proud of it, but like, we would get ripped off and we would go do something like that to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like it was never that. I never did something that blatant, but like, we used to like break into people's houses. I mean, people were getting ripped off left and right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, it was the drug game.
Wow.
It was
you were
went down.
You were in.
I was thick.
You were thick in the game. So college, you're the guys in Eugene.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you have people under you that you're dishing stuff
That's
out
right.
to.
That's right.
And I don't want to give away everything. What's the book called?
Days of the Trap.
Days of the Trap.
That was the trap. That was the bootlegging days. You know.
Days of the Trap.
That's right.
Which is hilarious because freshman through junior year of college, my buddies were going to UC Davis, and they had a house in Davis that they called the Trap House.
Yeah.
And they dealt drugs out of there.
For sure.
And everybody did drugs, and they partied there. We partied there.
That's right. Well, there were a lot of big-time weed dealers in Northern California, like in that area, you know, and Sacramento.
And the Bay.
And the Bay, of course. And
did you ever get into, like, turf disputes
or
anything like that?
No. It wasn't. No.
It wasn't nothing like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's really like that in the weed business. I mean, maybe it is, but I think it's more. That's more like it's in the most
crack or coke.
Yeah, and that's in the most blighted areas. That's like in places like Baltimore where heroin, it keeps people up all night. So that's where they're still selling drugs on the street. That's where that shit comes into play. You know what I mean? Like the Tenderloin in San Francisco.
Yeah.
But it's pretty rare. In third world countries, that's absolutely what happens, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like a military style, the way they control that shit. But the reason that the book is interesting, a reason that history is interesting, is because to me, that's marijuana. That was the last natural resource that people, entrepreneurs, not companies, not big fucking corporations. That was the last product probably on earth that young entrepreneurs could just make money and get rich off of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like first in America it was tobacco.
Yeah.
Then it was cotton. Wonder who picked that, you know?
Yeah.
But you know, it was a boom. It was a natural resource boom.
Right.
Cotton built the world. It built the modern world because the cotton in the southern states that was picked by slaves was shipped off to England.
Yeah, it was a huge trade revenue.
That's right. And they're the first people that started manufacturing textiles, clothing.
Yeah.
And that, you know, it formed banks. It made the modern world, right?
Mm-hmm.
After cotton, it was California, the gold rush, right?
Right.
And California was built off these booms.
Right.
You know? So and in Oregon, it was timber. Mm-hmm. And finally, marijuana.
Yeah.
Right? And then coffee too, but that was more South America. And so that was the last business that was just like the Wild West. It was open.
Yeah.
If you got lucky and if you had enough hustle, you could like make a living off of it, which is all we wanted to do, was make a living. And then,
but when you're in like the drug game, is there even such a thing as making a living? Because isn't it either you're gonna get all the way to the top and you're gonna fly too close to the sun and get shot down, or you're gonna get locked up? Isn't it?
Yeah.
I have never heard of any story of a guy that was like, "Yep, I made a bunch of money and I retired and I got no bad connections to anybody. I didn't burn any bridges. I'm a nice dude with a family now and I made it all on ecstasy." Like there's no, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
now I sell insurance for Progressive.
Yeah, exactly. And so as you guys were trying to do that, did you ever start to realize like, oh fuck, I'm either going to end up dead or in jail from this?
I was so out of my mind. I was like, if I ever go to jail, that means I've made it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you doing other drugs?
It's like when we go down for our future sex scandals. It's because we made it. It's because we made it in comedy. You know what I mean? If we ever get deleted, we're doing something right. You're big enough to get canceled.
Oh my God. PSA, guys, don't be mean to women.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
That's the message. So, did you ever like? Were you doing other drugs at the time?
I wasn't.
Was your brain kind of like messed up?
No. I mean, we were potheads, but like
that was it. You weren't like snorting blow or like.
No, I sold blow for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
So we got robbed. I think junior year, and then Reggie went to study abroad or something, and just the weed wasn't hitting. Like my connects weren't coming through. So yeah, I sold blow for a while.
Okay.
So just to keep the money up.
Sure.
And that was like a terrifying business.
That seems way more scary.
Yeah, so I mean, there's so many stories, right?
Yeah.
But I was living in a house next to a guy who we were going in together. Like we were going to his Connect, this Dominican guy.
Yeah.
We were buying blow in bulk, you know. And one day we're lounging on the stoop, you know, like these little stoops, tiny little houses, right? They're not even there anymore. They bulldozed them over. They built like high rises and shit. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, who are these Dog the Bounty Hunter guys getting out of this green minivan? And I was like, uh-oh.
No.
Yeah, and it was the first police raid I'd ever been involved in, and they had a warrant. It was both of our houses. They had a warrant for his house, not mine.
Oh,
yeah.
My God.
Yeah, but I still went. I was like Henry Hill and fucking the end of Goodfellas. I was dumping all this shit in the fucking toilet.
Way!
Yeah.
Oh!
I was like, Karen, put this pistol in your pussy. That was $60,000.
Dude.
That was all we had, Karen. Wild, right? So,
holy shit.
Yeah, so that was a torrid. So that's documented in the book too.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. So but look, moving along, right, to the boom.
Yeah.
So we knew the end was coming. Like we knew about 2008, 2009. You know, I was living in, you know, we'd traveled to South America and all this shit, and we were just living it up, having a great time.
For fun? Just like to party?
Yeah, I studied my senior year, fall term. I did like an exchange program. Like I lived in Argentina, mm-hmm. and I went to this like the American school down there, and I met this guy from New Jersey, and this guy's going to come into play in the epic of the story, right? He's this kid named Joey. and he's connected. He's like mob connected. His uncles are in the garbage business. Like the kids, this
Oh.
kid's like a real grimy East Coast
Yeah.
wop.
Sure.
And still one of my best friends to this day. But we just like were inseparable when we were in Argentina, And I told him, I'm like, this is what I do. This is how I make money back home, back in the States. He's like, dude, I've been looking for a West Coast weed connection. He's like, because the prices on the East Coast all we wanted to do was meet somebody. We knew that we could double our money if we could find somebody exactly
sell it,
all the way to the East Coast. Because the prices were literally sometimes double of what we were paying for like a pound of weed in Oregon.
Yeah, because they're not growing it on the East Coast.
They're not growing it. Yeah, exactly. And it's way more illegal too, right? Like, so you can't get like, it's just, you can't get the supply that you have on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And we knew the end was coming. Like I'm like, it's going to be legal soon. Like we're going to be, we're going to be out of business.
Right.
Like it's just not. And so and Reggie wanted to know more. Reggie was smart with it. He paid off all of his student loans with all the money we made.
Yeah.
Like he put a down payment on a little house.
Oh, so he's the guy.
He's the guy. He's the guy.
He's the one guy.
Reggie is the example, dude. He's the guy that got out, and he's straight. Like he's good now. Yeah. So, but I'm like, I got to take this all the way. I got to take this all the way to the end zone.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm literally gonna get rich if this goes right.
Yeah.
So by 2010, I could send the Jersey kids, the Jersey connection. I could send them, 10 pounds of weed at a time.
What, through the mail?
Well, we'll get to that. Yeah, there was various ways, but yes. And I'd make at least $1,000 off every pound profit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But more like $1,200 to $1,500 a pound. So at 10 at a time, you're making
10
to 15 grand per transaction.
Yeah.
And I would do that once a week.
Oh.
So you could see like at least, sometimes more. And I had other guys. I had a guy in Philly. I had a guy in Detroit. Yeah. So if you're making, just do the math, right? That's at least a $600,000 a year business. In a year and a half, I was about to be living.
Yeah.
Like gone,
Wow.
Like this really is.
You're about to have that fuck you money.
That's about to have fuck you money, And I had bought a piece of property in Colombia. Like I was going to convert it into a hostel or like a hotel. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, But I was living. I'm like, I am Johnny Depp and blow.
Damn, yeah, dude.
And but it did. I went down. It didn't quite pan out.
Mm-hmm.
Pella.
So, do you want to leave that part up for the people who read the book?
Yeah. Well, but I'll tell you. So I got locked up. Right. Like the kind of the mystery is how it all happened because there was a lot of drama involved with like how I got locked up. But then then I was in prison for almost 2 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so while I was locked up, I started writing screenplays, and I was like, oh, I got the bug. I'm gonna go to L.A. and be a screenwriter.
Were you writing your own story?
Yes, I was
first?
writing stories. I wasn't writing the book, but I was writing like, I didn't even know how to write a script. My parents would send me screenwriting books, so and I write them out with like the little golf scorecard pencils that they would give you in there.
Yeah.
And it was just like crazy. Like I was I'd never been so committed to anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what got you through?
I think so. I think so. And then hoop, basketball.
And you couldn't have been in like a crazy
I was
lockdown
facility. I was for
You were? Or was it more like a white collar, you know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean, but I was in county jail for almost 6 months fighting my case. County jail's the worst of the worst. It's the hardest time.
Yeah.
And there's just because you're locked up like 24 hours a day.
Right.
There's fighting, and then
With
I got in a fight. Exactly. I got in a fight. And so they classified me as like a high risk offender.
Oh,
so they sent me when it was time to go upstate to do my prison bit. They fucking sent me to a maximum security prison. So I was there for like 6 months. Yeah, and then they classed me down to a minimum, and then and that was chill.
So
it was on the beach.
You kind of had to work your way back down.
Exactly.
Yeah. Damn, son.
So that's the epic, baby.
That's wild.
But it captures. I want to say this. I think the book captures like the spirit of that generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's wild.
Because that really was a wild time coming up before weed was legalized.
Yeah.
And I remember that too. In high school, there were just rumors of like these dudes in Sacramento or like these dudes in Oakland that were rolling up in Bentleys because they sold weed.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And weed was looked at like I didn't even smoke weed in high school.
Right.
I
You were an
barely
athlete.
smoked. Yeah, just because I didn't like the feeling of smoke in my lungs
Yeah.
or whatever. Now I do little gummies every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I remember people just slinging weed and making like big bank.
Yeah.
Did it ever occur to you to like get into the game legally once it?
I didn't really have an interest in it. I was like, I'm going to take my money, like I'm going to take, my $1 million and like invest it into property. Like if I had more time, like if I had just stayed on the outside for 2 more years, because I was so young, and when you have that much money, you're just intoxicated by it. You're spending it, you're being frivolous with it. But if I had more time to like really study and look at how I could launder it and create like a business that was going to launch me, into something else.
Yeah, and give you.
I probably would have done it. I probably could have gotten away with it. I probably I would have just been like a millionaire, like many times over by now.
Yeah, because you would have had just huge passive income.
Exactly. So that was the idea. I could have put it into fucking Bitcoin back in 2010 and
I know,
cashed out.
Yeah, that would have been wild. Can you imagine?
Now it's like
Dude.
negative like 6,000 or something.
It's not good. Yeah, it's not good. My buddy had one full Bitcoin he got for like $5 years ago.
Right.
But he sold it.
Of course.
Then 2 years ago when it hit that boom, he was like, "Oh my God, I would have $100,000."
That's right. And the Wojciechowski twins, they got their come up, right?
Yeah.
Or whoever
Facebook
Zuckerberg
guys,
stole Facebook
from. I forget their names.
Yeah, I think it's Wojciechowski or Jakowski.
Is it? Jamie, pull that up.
Something Polak. Yeah, Jamie?
Here, young Jamie, pull it up.
I wish we had Jamie's hologram right here.
I know. I want to get that. Yeah. The Winklevoss twins.
The Winklevoss.
That's what it is.
The Winklevoss.
The Winklevoss.
You want to talk about 2 racist-sounding names? The Winklevoss. Winklevoss, yes.
Winklevoss, yes.
Our father worked with the bad Adolf Hitler. Did you hear him say bad?
Did you hear? He actually had some good opinions on the future economy of
we believe in the Holocaust. We are just saying, let's take another look at the numbers.
Oh, no.
These numbers are inflated. Young Jamie, pull that up. Can we take that out?
Pull that up. If you don't, we will gas you.
Yeah, so they made billions. They got their money back.
What was like, can you just tell me a story or like a moment where you were living Wolf of Wall Street style, where you really felt like, holy shit,
okay,
I'm 22, I'm fucking killing it.
I flew over the Jersey Connects. They invited me, to the
Jersey
East Coast.
Joey.
That's right, Jersey Joey, Salvatore. These
No
are
way.
fucking guineas, dude. These
Dude.
are no offense to your Italian listeners. I love
know,
all
well,
people.
That sounds like my whole family. My whole family's Italian.
Oh, really?
From the East Coast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't know if we have any mob connects, but there's one guy in my family that
there's always one guy that
he's
deals in
questionable.
cash. There's always one guy in every Italian family that's like.
There's a guy that lives in Italy and comes back and forth to Rhode Island that people are like, we don't really know what he does, but he's a nice guy.
Yeah. He's in olive oil and he's got $100,000 in cash on him at all times.
He's in olive oil. Yeah.
He's
He
an
was
olive oil baron.
Crop. Yeah.
So Salvatore, it was Sally, Joey, Nikki, Barry. It was all everybody ended in a fucking Y, dude. These are the most solid. They were so fun.
Oh,
it was
cool.
so I'm telling you, you don't know ignorant until you've talked to some cats from Jersey that have never left.
Oh,
because they came out to visit me in Oregon one time, and
were they like racist?
No, it's different. It's different. It's not racist. It's
ignorance.
It's racial. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they were like, yeah, John, we're not racist, but we just won't deal with the black dudes because they'll rob you. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They're very frank about that.
Yeah. Interesting.
But like I remember Barry, he came to visit me in Oregon, and he was out of his mind. He'd never been anywhere. He just loved it. He goes, one of his first questions, he goes, "You got spiders out here?"
What? Spiders?
The kid didn't think we had spiders. He thought he was on Mars. He's like, "You got oxygen out here?" Yo, shout out to Jersey.
That's wild.
So I was like, yo, I'm gonna fly out there. We'll kick it for the weekend. We'll go up to the city. So they put me up. I flew out there. They showed me their operation. It was like a business trip. They were like,
right.
Yeah, this is where we, these are the guys we're dealing with. So they would get 10, 15 pounds from me, and they had guys driving in from like Philadelphia. They would have guys driving down from New York, Delaware. So like these guys were making. I was helping these guys.
Weed, or were they dipping into other drugs?
They were. They might have been into like Percocets, like they're very big into like
pills or
yeah, probably like Oxycontins. Like everybody over there is addicted. Everybody over there is either on or on their way to being addicted to heroin. You know what I mean? So whatever kind of pills lead you to that.
Yeah.
So, but I bought. I went over there. I probably had like 15 grand in cash on me, right?
Yeah.
And I got us like a limousine, like a party limousine.
Yeah.
And they had all their like bleach blonde fucking girlfriends,
wow,
from the Jersey Shore, right? It was like I think it was a party bus actually, right? And I got like, it was like 20 of us. I paid for it all. We got on the bus and it took us up to a club in Manhattan, like in the meatpacking district, right?
Yeah.
And we got the fucking banging table. And it was just bottles all night.
Oh,
it was just
my
like
God.
It was just the
How old were you?
trashy. I was 24 years old, dude.
Wow.
And I'm just throwing cash at him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just like, and then Barry and I stayed up there, and I got us a hotel in Midtown Manhattan. And this is like $400 a night.
Yep.
And I'm a kid, and it's just power.
Wow.
And it was like, and then 2 months later, I was locked up. Eating peach cobbler out of a plastic tray next to a guy with fucking
no teeth.
Yes, exactly. No teeth and teardrop tattoos.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So imagine that juxtaposition. But yeah, I'm like, wow, I'm really a fucking baller.
Yeah.
Like this is my Ray Liotta.
And that was how
moment.
You walked around with just a pocket full of cash.
Yeah, always.
Through your early 20s.
Always. Yeah, and then obviously taking trips to South America.
Mm-hmm.
Flying everywhere, Vegas.
Did your parents have any questions?
They did. They would find, before I blew up in the game, like, during the summers when I would come home, I was still selling weed, and they would always find, cash or like they'd find like a pound or something.
Or whatever.
And they'd be like, we're going to kick you out of the house. Yeah. And back then I was like enraged. I'm like, how could you do this to me?
Yeah.
And now it's like, duh. You dummy.
You were money crazy.
Yes, exactly. And but they didn't know the extent to what I was doing at the end. They didn't know,
until you
got
locked.
Until that paperwork came down.
Damn.
Until the charges came down. My dad was like, I'm proud of you, kid.
Was he? No.
He wasn't proud, but he was like, you should have given me some money. I would have hit it for you.
Sure.
And my dad is
that's dope.
And
that's
my dad,
a cool parent thing.
A parent would do that for you. Your parent would do that too. It's like my dad's a lawyer. He was, he's a man.
He wouldn't want you to do it.
He follows the law to the letter, but he was like, I wouldn't have, if you had stashed it in my house, I wouldn't have let the cops search.
Right.
I'm like, God, I love you, old man.
That's cool. Are you close with your parents now?
Yeah, for sure. Always have been.
Where are they at?
They're in Portland.
They're in Portland.
Yeah. Yeah. They're almost retired. Dad's got his little sailboat,
When you go back, are you like the OG, like the man? Do people know you anymore up there?
Not anymore. I mean, it's been so long
now.
Or like
even like amongst high school friends.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it earned me a stripe of respect,
Yeah.
Because the whole community knew about it.
Yeah.
And but I think you get more respect doing stand up. I still think
so too.
I still think stand up you get more respect.
You
People
do.
are like, holy shit.
That's hard.
You suck, John, and you keep doing it.
Dude, I always fantasized about being the guy that just like drove the drugs across state lines.
Oh, the mule?
The mule. Like if I could have one drug job, it would be to just like get a trunk full of whatever, trunk full of blow.
Yeah.
Drive it from LA to,
That's a good
Vegas.
Gig. Yeah, or the middle of the country, right? Kansas.
Yeah. That seems like the easiest
You'd be a good
one.
mule, dude.
I think I'd be a pretty good mule.
And you're a good driver?
I'm a real good driver.
You're athletic and shit.
Yeah, I got quick reactions.
Okay, so
I always wear a seatbelt.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And you're listening
and
to
my tags are up to date.
That's right.
My brake lights work.
Yeah, you're listening to Tom Petty.
Yeah, bro, I'm chilling, dude.
You're like, officer.
I'm hitting 67
Petty?
or 65.
What, a drug
Petty?
mule?
Yeah.
Be listening to fucking Petty? Yo, let me tell you a little secret. A little secret for anybody who wants to get into the drug mule game. So this is, do you know the move? Because they have in the middle of the country. I don't even know how this is constitutional, right?
Yeah.
Like, because it's not, but they get away with it. But neither is fucking spraying protesters in the face with pepper spray.
For doing
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But So they have check stops like along like main arteries, main routes, right? And they'll just pull you over. It's like a DUI checkpoint.
And they'll search the car?
They will pull you over and they'll, I think, put a dog on it. They'll probably put a dog on. I mean, if they suspect you're doing something, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like a DUI checkpoint. Like everybody, they line them up randomly at certain stretches of highway.
Yeah.
And they'll say, okay, everybody turn off, right? And you go through these orange cones and, you'll just drive past them. And sometimes an officer will just look in and say, he'll just flag you on.
Right.
It's like going through the border, right?
Right.
Like it's really just a numbers game. And they have shit that they look out for. You know what I mean? They have so if you're a single dude driving across the country, that might raise red flags. So you maybe bring a girl with you, right? Or you maybe, and you certainly have a backstory,
Right. Where are you going and why?
You, like when I used to drive up work, we called it, pounds from Southern Oregon, I would have like, if it was the summer, for instance, I would put like a tuxedo. I would hang a tuxedo in the back of the car. I'd be like, I was down for a wedding. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So you just do shit like that. Or pouring rain, best time to fucking traffic. Because cops are sitting in their fucking cruisers. They don't want to get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you could drive at night, you drive at night. Even though it seems sketchy, right? It seems sketchy. Like, why are you driving, at 11 p.m. where you're 2 hours from anywhere that you could be going? But it's just, you just have a lower probability
chance of being seen.
Exactly, because you just can't be seen under the thick of night,
Yeah.
But if you're trafficking, let's say, like, I don't know, let's just raise the stakes, shall we? 20 kilos of heroin across the country, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're in deep doo-doo. That's like, I mean, you could probably get life for that.
Yeah,
I don't think
huge.
you would, but I mean, you get in
10 years at least.
Oh, if you didn't give anybody up, you'd get at least 10 years.
Yeah.
But you could get 10.
Even for your first offense.
You could get 10 to 30. Like, if you look at the federal sentencing guidelines, it'll make your blood run cold. Wow. Because you're like, wow, I could have got, I mean, it's crazy how much time they can give you. You know what I mean? Which, by the way, because I was locked up with cartel members, like, I learned all this shit. The guys I met were just as fascinating, even more so than my story, right?
Yeah.
But they would be like, John, you can get the minimum, if you get caught with 5 kilos, it's the same sentence as getting caught with 50 kilos. So you're like, you may as well push as
heavy
49 keys.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're taking shit across the country, right? And you're just like a white boy. You're not or you're somebody that's you got no felonies, your record's clean. You're a perfect mule. And in fact, when we get off mic, I'm gonna refer you to somebody.
I need a day job.
Yeah, exactly.
Until stand-up comes back, I need some passive income.
You do. So, and you can see the country. There's perks. So you would take a bag of weed, right? Something innocuous, something that you would smoke yourself, right? Like a 20 bag or a 40 bag, something small, and you put it in your glove compartment, right? And so if, God forbid, you get pulled over and they bring a dog out, you say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You give up the weed.
Yeah.
You give up the bag.
Yeah.
Like, this is what the dog is hitting on, is this pot. So when they ask you, you just give yourself up.
Whoa.
They ask you, sir, do you have any drugs on you? And you look really contrite. And you say, I do. And you fucking and you just cough up the fucking, before they bring the dog out, you should do that. Before you bring the dog out, you say, hey, look, yeah, I'm smoking this. I'm really sorry.
Because then if they bring the dog out,
then you've given yourself up. Then you've preemptively, then they won't even bring the dog out because you've just given yourself up.
Yeah.
So if the dog hits on something, it's like, it was probably this, you know? And the odds of them taking you to jail over that when they're looking for what's really in your trunk, right, are very low. So they're probably going to write you a ticket.
Yeah.
And the reason I know that is because I had a friend that happened to. Yeah. He had, like, I think 30 pounds of weed, like in like locked into like a speaker of a trunk in the back.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I think their car smelled like weed. And so they gave it all up. They gave up the weed that they'd been smoking. And they're like, oh, okay. Yeah. So this is what this is what we smell. It's a decoy. Exactly.
Wow.
It's a ringer.
It's a ringer, dude.
Yeah.
Holy
so you have a ringer
shit.
on you. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, bring a girl if you can, because then it just looks more normal, you know.
Yeah.
Take a U-Haul. I mean, but look, we mailed most of our drugs.
And they didn't check them?
In 1 year, I sent.
Don't they X-ray that shit?
Well, that's why you put over
charcoal back.
That's right. Right. I'll say, a few things.
I know a couple things.
Charcoal back.
You get that Velcro that locks off the scent or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. And we'd vacuum seal it. We had a whole process. It was like a factory. I had a couple people helping me. I had people dropping it off.
Did you have guys on payroll?
Not payroll, but just every time I had a mule.
Yeah.
I had a mule.
You had a mule.
That's
Holy
how
shit.
I was like, this is the most baller thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Fuck buying bottles in a club. The most baller shit I've ever done is had a guy just mule everything for me to where I'm not even touching it.
Was he a guy that you came up with that you'd known for a while?
He's just a guy I trusted from the neighborhood. I'd known him forever.
Yeah.
And it was the middle of a recession. So it's like you could just
that's right. You were making bank during a recession.
That's right. So what recession? Like I don't even remember those hard years,
What recession, dude?
So yeah, so I would pay him to drive down, drive back up. We'd keep the shit at his house. His girl would help us package everything, and then she would put on like a business suit and she would take it to FedEx.
Wow.
And dude, 1 year I sent like 300 packages, and I think we lost 3 of them.
That's it?
Yeah, the success rate was enormous.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's got to be different now.
I
wonder if it is.
It might be different. I don't know. Or we'd put them in like those things called pods. Where like their storage, their mobile storage units. Yeah, people use them to move shit.
Right. Yeah.
You move furniture if like you're moving long distance, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to put your shit in a U-Haul. They'll take it for you. We would do that too. So we'd put some old furniture in a pod, and we'd stuff the product, inside the furniture.
Yeah.
That worked well too.
That's crazy, dude. Some of my favorite stuff to watch, besides conspiracy theory stuff, is drug documentaries.
Yeah,
like drug stuff.
Yeah,
Drugland.
Yeah, yeah. Do you ever see Cartel Land?
Cartel Land. Yep,
amazing.
I watched all the Narcos.
Yeah, all the Narcos.
And the ones that are, I forget if it's Cartel Land or Drugland, but there's ones that like highlight different cities and the different drug epidemics in those cities.
Right.
And they're always like pulling people's tires apart and finding like packets of Molly or whatever in the tires and everything.
Right.
There's just something about that whole world that's just so interesting.
Yeah.
It's so different.
Yeah, and it exists within the fabric of legitimate society.
Yeah.
Right under your nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it gets so deep. It gets so deep. And you can't but an ordinary citizen can't even fathom it because they're, living a normal life.
What made you want to finish school? Did you graduate college?
Yeah. Yeah,
what made you want
years.
What made you want to graduate?
Wasn't saying much.
And
state school.
Yeah.
Was not hard.
Oregon's a state school?
University of Oregon. Yeah, University of Oregon. There's Oregon State. Those are the Beavers.
Yeah.
U of O, where I went, University of Oregon. That's the Ducks. That's
wouldn't that be like the UCLA of Oregon though? And Oregon State would be. Is
like UCLA private?
State?
I think it is.
No. It's public. All the UCs are public.
Oh, right. No, so yeah, I guess correct. Yeah, it would be like USC. It's more like
U of
USC.
O is like a half step up from Oregon State as far as
correct. Yeah, it had better.
Goes.
Exactly, it's a bigger school. The sports are way better.
Yeah,
like guys that don't even know where Oregon is know about U of O because that's where Nike started.
Right.
So
that's right.
Phil Knight started Nike there.
There's just more of a legacy there.
Exactly.
But what did you ever have a thought of like, man, maybe I don't even need college if I'm pulling in all this money?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I never thought I was going to blow up to the point where I was going to make millions. So I'm like, I until the last 2 years, I was like, I'll have to get a job eventually. But I'm just going to travel and fuck off and go surf in South America until I'm 30.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
cool.
all going to be great.
Yeah. Wow, what a beautiful picture.
Didn't happen. Didn't happen.
Have you ever told this story? Like
I've talked on podcasts and shit, but I've never talked about I've never done like a TED talk about it. You know what I mean?
You should try to do NACA, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what NACA is?
Yeah, of course. But would it be like stand up or would
So Narcos, the two detectives that the show is based on,
right? They
do NACA.
No shit.
I met them.
You're kidding me.
I'll show you the picture after this.
Wow.
They're like
old
What are the
guys'
dudes.
names? Like Pena?
Officer Pena.
Michael Pena?
And Officer, he's a Scientologist.
Oh, I believe it.
Michael Pena.
I believe it.
It's okay. We don't judge, but we do if you're a Scientologist.
We absolutely judge.
We absolutely judge you if you believe in Scientology. Okay, but the two dudes that Narcos is based off of, they do the NACA circuit. And I was doing a showcase, and I saw their name in the booklet, and I shit my pants, dude. And so they had a sound check, at 7 a.m. and my flight left at like 10 a.m.
Right.
So I woke up at 6. I went like to their sound check.
Wow.
And I saw them and I was like, hey guys, do you mind if I like get a picture with you guys? Is this weird? I know you're detectives that like killed Pablo Escobar, but I want to, or whoever the guy was, but I want to like, I'm a fan, dude.
Andy Samberg and you guys.
yeah. You guys are my heroes. And so I said, what's up to them? And their whole talk, they talk about their whole story and they do a slideshow presentation and they have graphics and cool shit. And then at the end, it wraps up with like this nice, kind of a storyline to like connect with a young audience.
There's like a through line.
And there's a theme or a message or whatever.
Right. But it's really just a PowerPoint presentation at the end of the day.
It's a heightened PowerPoint presentation.
Got it.
Because there are stories and there's graphics and there's cool. The information is like really cool.
And what do you think they're getting? Like $2,000 a shot? What do you think they're getting?
Each, at least. Probably more. I think their number might have been $7,500 per show.
Yo,
Bro, colleges have money, dude.
I could literally do this shit.
Colleges have money. You for those types of like events, you get a little bit more. Like my price is lower than that for my college gigs. But I think
it's at least
a
G,
like
right? It's like a minimum of G, I heard.
Yeah, it's right around there.
Okay.
Yeah, a college is I'm good on rent for the month.
Right.
And it's really competitive though.
Yeah.
But for speakers, if you have something that's like super different like that, you might be able to like do a lot with it.
Yeah.
Especially like I would say if you're interested in it, and I don't want to like make
I am.
throw some shit at you that you don't like, but if you ever see those dudes on YouTube, if they have like one of their live presentations, watch that.
Yeah.
Or if you see them like traveling, I know they travel all over. Go to one of their live shows.
Right.
And try to check it out and ask them about it.
Right.
Because if you can figure out some type of like through line or positive spin message on it that can connect with like a PC slanted, progressive college point of view, which is what all these colleges have now.
Of course. Like I could talk about the war on drugs and how I've seen people's lives ruined, which is true.
Exactly. And you could even get away with talking about how, the economic changes now that weed is legal and how that's a good thing.
Exactly.
Or maybe how you used to think it was a bad thing or whatever.
And I know a ton about just the war on drugs in general. From the processes of because I've been to coca farms in Peru and Colombia. I've been to a coke lab. Dude, that's a move though. That's a move.
You could also do that a bunch and then make a TED Talk.
You know what I could do too? Right, I could do that. I could also send these guys my book. I'm sure these guys I'm sure these guys are repped now, so I could send it to their agents.
Yeah, or just them. I think they have a mailing address last time I checked.
Go to IMDb
We'll look
or
it up after this.
Nice.
No, I think they just have like a website.
Oh, wow.
And they're just like, hey, book us. Here's what we do.
Crazy.
Stuff like that.
Crazy. Any amount of fame now.
Dude, you should absolutely hit these guys up.
Okay.
And see what's up.
All right, I don't want to talk too much business on the pod, though. Let's get back to business.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So I'm getting shanked by this Mexican dude on the yard.
Have you been shanked?
I have not been shanked.
Okay.
I saw the aftermaths of a few shankings, and baby, it was not pleasant.
Yeah.
But nobody died, so I can kind of say it and not, be scarred by it.
Right.
But
prison must be scary.
They give you like a $1.50. They call it a buck. It started in Rikers Island. They call it a $1.50 razor slash across your fucking face. And you know what it is? Because that won't kill you, but it'll maim you.
Stay with you forever.
Forever, yeah. It's like a message.
Why do they do that? If they don't like you?
It's gangbanging shit, man.
Whoa. Did anyone do that to you or try?
Nobody did that to me.
Whoa.
But if I had one on like my neck, though, I could have been like the white. You've seen The Wire? I could have been the white Omar, dude.
Oh,
how those guys get this gnarly fucking scar, you know?
Yeah. That could have been cool.
And then I get to Hollywood, I'm like, ooh, yeah. And they're like, no, actually, we're not booking white guys. So now you're just a monster.
You're a useless, scarred man.
Yeah, now you'll just be working at a call center.
Did you get recruited by like the white group? Was it ganged out like that?
It was not as intense as like I imagine a California prison would be. So I didn't really, and I was a good ball player. So I played for.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the black
they
guys,
don't want to mess you up if you can
exactly.
hoop.
And I used to have a joke about that. Like it was the black guys that protected me from the white guys. They were like, hey, no. We don't rape him. We need him healthy. we need him healthy for the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know. So if you had a thing in there, and plus I'm like a big dude, so it's the guys that got extorted, that got raped. It's like the law of the jungle. It was always the weird, isolated
Really?
shrimp pedophile dude. They would always get fucked up.
They must have like zoned in on the guys that did the bad shit.
Exactly.
Did they mess with rapists the most? Or
yeah, of course, right? And
Yeah.
they would beat rapists up or pedophiles like if they didn't pay.
Pay to like not get beat up?
Exactly. It's just extortion. Like every week, like I want you. They would tell somebody. They would tell if you're a sex offender, they would say, "Hey, you need to talk to your people on the outside and have them give my people, whatever it is, $200."
Whoa.
That's how it happens. Yeah, that's how drugs get sold too. Is it's actually people on the outside that are passing the money back and forth.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I remember a couple of guards got arrested for when I was in the maximum security. A couple of them got literally let out in handcuffs because I think they were smuggling shit in. That shit happens all the fucking time, all the time.
Yeah.
This woman, this female CO got arrested for fucking one of the inmates.
No way.
Yeah. She got let out. She got arrested. I was working in the kitchen and she fucking got let out in handcuffs in front of everybody. This pig.
What's the charge? Just for having sex?
Dude, there's no consensual sex in prison. There's none. So the
it's just
charge
not allowed,
is
you mean?
There is none. It's not allowed. So even if it is consensual, it's not consensual because the prisoners have no
ability to consent.
It's no power. That's how they look at it, right? So
she raped him.
That's sexual assault. Yeah.
She assaulted him.
That's if she was probably fucking a dude who was using her, right? So started smashing, and he was like, "Okay, your job. He probably snitched on her. He was probably like, "Look, you're gonna start bringing me in, meth, tobacco." Yeah. That's how they do it. That's if you've seen Escape from Dannemora.
No.
Oh my! You got to see that, dude. It's with
I
can't remember. It's a great movie though. It's with Paul Dano and
he's great.
And who's the cat from Traffic? Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
So it's about Dannemora Prison in upstate New York. This happened like 5 years ago. This chick who these two guys were working in like the wood shop or whatever. They were doing life. One guy killed a cop. The other guy was like a double homicide. These dudes were doing life. This dude started hooking up with one of the female COs. And she helped both of those guys escape. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So shit like that happens all the time. So because criminals, like real sociopaths, are brilliant.
Oh, they're
brilliant.
So smart, dude.
Like, and they know, and they can just act. They can just play the part.
Manipulative.
It's wild, dude. Yeah. It's wild, and they know that. So that's why, like, when that shit happens, they arrest the guard.
Yeah.
It's like you should know better, I guess.
Wow. That is wild.
When it's just as much as a fault of the inmate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then the inmate will sue, all this shit. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So if you go to prison,
try to bang
out a fucking guard. You
wow.
know? Female preferably, but if you're into dudes, that's
it
even
doesn't
better.
matter, dude.
Yeah,
if it's going to help you get out.
Yeah. A dude will probably fuck you quicker. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Damn, that's nuts, dude.
Yeah. Drinking Pruno. Drinking like
was
the
that like
Pruno's the
prison
hooch.
wine?
Yeah, it's prison wine.
They make that in the toilet?
It basically turns you blind. I thought I was going to go blind.
Did you eat a seagull?
No.
Sometimes. I think I saw it might be in a movie. They catch. Have you seen The Night of on HBO?
Yes.
It's a limited series with that
dude. That was
dude.
Great.
Unbelievable.
With Omar from The Wire.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah, it was.
And John Leguizamo. No, not John Leguizamo. The dude from Big Lebowski. Jesus. What's his name?
John Goodman? No.
No. I am the Jesus.
Yes, John Turturro.
He's
the lawyer.
Yes.
He was one of the best characters. He was probably the best character in that
Phenomenal
movie.
character.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Yeah. And I think it's that show where one of the guys catches a seagull and like cooks it in a cell because he wants meat. And they eat the seagull. It might have been something else.
Right? So they were on Rikers. Interesting.
Yeah.
I can't remember that part, but that was a really good show, though.
Yeah, it was a great show.
I didn't love it. I really liked it. I didn't love it, but whatever.
Okay.
That is what it is. I immediately, the hook to the show,
mm-hmm.
at the end, they're like, why is she living in a $10 million Upper West Side? I saw that the first episode.
Oh, sure.
They kind of took a little, but whatever. It was a 90%.
It was well done.
It was it's classic, great HBO, dude.
Great HBO show.
HBO has so many good recurring characters. Bad guy, fat bad guy in True Detective Season 1.
Uh-huh. Yep.
He's coming back, dude. He's blowing up. He's doing like every character piece now.
Yeah,
he's in like literally every HBO show.
True Detective season 3 is probably one of the greatest shows of all time.
You're kidding me. With the black guy?
I loved it.
Oh, I have to watch it because season 2.
You haven't seen it.
Season 2 was so garbage.
I know.
It made me want to cancel my
unbelievable.
fucking subscription.
Don't
to
cancel
HBO.
it. Keep it just to watch Mahershala Ali annihilate
in
that
season
role.
3.
It's
Okay.
The things that he had to do as an actor. I don't want to tell you anything about it.
Okay.
But the places that he had to go mentally as an actor to achieve the things that he did in that show are beyond maybe anything I've ever seen, apart from like Leo getting into a bear carcass in The Revenant. You know,
right.
like
that movie should have just been called "I'm Cold."
I'm
cold and I fight a bear. It's
cold,
one look.
I'm cold and I fight a bear.
That movie was so fucking overrated. Fuck that movie and fuck Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay?
No, we love Leo.
We love Leo.
This is a house of Leo.
My bad. We love
It's
Leo.
okay.
We love Leo.
You can hate the movie though.
Yeah.
But watch True Detective season 3.
Okay,
It's
I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm literally gonna start.
It's crazy.
Oh, I was so devastated by season 2. I
didn't even watch it because I heard bad things.
I had such PTSD because it was so bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's washed. It's done. But okay, great. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. Season 3 is dope. That's wild, dude. Did you have a girlfriend when you were in prison, or did you go 2 years without?
No, I had the clap
doing
though.
sex?
I had the clap. I had chlamydia.
From-
I banged out a chick like 3 days before I got locked up.
Yeah.
Raw, obviously.
Well,
you know.
yeah, you're going to jail.
Yeah. So. I didn't know I was going to jail though. This was.
Oh really?
This wasn't
this was before you got arrested.
This wasn't like I got bailed out.
Right.
Honey, I got to turn myself in tomorrow. Come give me some puss.
Right.
This was like I was just living my life. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and dude, and they didn't give me anything for it for like 3 months. I might be infertile.
Oh no.
I might be fucking infertile. I
You
should
check.
sue the
You should
fucking
get checked.
Department of
And
Corrections.
you should. Yes, 100%.
You know, I don't want kids anyway, and this saves me money on a vasectomy. So thank you, DOC. Because that's what can happen if you let the clap,
Oh,
if you
man.
let it like fester. I think you can
You'll
actually.
go infertile?
Yeah, I think it affects dudes' either sperm count, and it can give chicks some kind of like long term. Like if you sometimes you just pee it out. Like sometimes it's really, but I think worst case you can like maybe chicks can even get like a form of cancer from it.
Bummer.
I could be wrong. You know what? Have caller, somebody call in.
Yeah,
Let me
Jamie,
know.
we'll look that up.
Yeah, we'll look that up, Jamie.
Jamie, look that up. So you went.
I love it when Rogan's like gets frustrated at Jamie.
Jamie, can you? Don't interrupt.
Is it? Yeah.
Do you have it or not? Put it on the screen. Move it over.
Right.
Make it bigger. Come on. No, right there. Scroll back.
Dude, what are you doing?
What are you
And he's
doing?
always smiling, so it's even worse. It's even worse than like getting really mad. He's like, I control you. Anything I say, you do.
You are mine. Damn, man.
Yeah, so that was that, man. So that's life, dude. That's as an old a sagely Jewish saying. What is it? Man makes plans, God laughs.
Oh, that's
There
fun.
you go.
Are you
that'll be
Jewish?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Too tall. Come on. Do I look?
You
like
are
a
too
Jew?
tall. Yeah, I guess.
Me and you we're like old WAP.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you're not really WAP. You have some Italian in you.
I'm Italian, but I
But
got.
you're tall for an Italian, though. You're probably
My grandpa's pretty tall. There's some tall Italians.
in the north. It's when you go south, close to Sicily. Those people are pygmies.
That's right.
But you have northern Italian.
Big.
You're more like French. Northern Italians are a lot more like French, Swiss.
They're European. They're more European.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. My I got everybody thought I was Jewish in college because my hair, when it grows out, it turns into like this big like fro.
You got like a fro. Yeah.
But that's an Italian thing too.
Yep.
Because Italians have this big like dark curly hair.
And
I used to get recruited by the Jewish fraternities in college.
Oh.
They would come up to me in the quad and be like, "L'chaim."
Wow.
I'd be like, "Hey, I don't know."
I used to sell a lot of blow to the Jewish fraternities.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were all up studying for their fucking law exams.
Oh.
I'm like, I hope you guys take my blow. I hope you pass the bar because one day I'm going to need a good lawyer.
Right. Oh my God, that's so wild. Did you ever
Crazy.
want to branch out and become like just a kingpin
With blow?
with all of it?
I did. Didn't
like-
I become a kingpin with weed?
Well, I mean,
not
like
my whole-
in the way like Did you ever think like, well, the cartel isn't that big?
Do you mean like start my own weed farm? Like that's the only way I could have moved up is like if I had went and invested in like a bunch of land and just grown the product. So then I literally there's no middleman, right? Like I'm the supply chain. What do you call it? Like a vertical business.
It's vertical
like
business.
a vertical business.
Right.
I thought about it, but it never. I'm so bad with like using my hands. Like I would have had to hire out people to show me how to grow weed. Like people that really know how to grow it. I mean, it's farming. You know, weed growing is farming. It's not glamorous. It takes a shitload of work. Mm-hmm. So I would have had
manual labor.
Exactly. So I would have had to hire out like a whole team to watch it. You know, so it would have been very expensive.
What do you think about the turn in the legalization of weed over the past couple years?
Well, I mean, it's great because eventually it will. I feel a little bad for the weed dealers that it put out of business. You know, like I do feel some nostalgia, right? Mm-hmm. But ultimately, I mean, there's people doing life for.
There's still people locked up.
There's still people locked up in federal prison doing decades
because it was their third strike with a little bit of weed.
Yeah, or you just hear these horror stories of people just getting fucked because they, introduced a guy to a guy, and that's enough to get you. Do you know they can lock you up for that?
What?
Just middlemaning. Yeah, you introduce. They can even go back. The feds are so sinister and awful that I met dudes that they had introduced a buyer and a seller. This is for like cocaine.
Yeah.
5 years later, these two people got popped. They rolled on this guy who just introduced them.
How did they get
and
that
they
guy?
went back
Holy
and fucking
shit.
arrested this guy just for making the introduction. So you see that with marijuana, and it's like, I mean, there's dudes doing more time, as we know. It's like hack now to say it, but they're doing more time for pot than they are for fucking sexual assault.
That's a true thing.
That's
though.
true. You get
look at Brock Turner.
Exactly. He got
out after 3 months.
That's right. And there's dudes doing a minimum 10 years for having 100 pounds of weed.
And meanwhile, weed is MedMen is an essential business.
That's right. Exactly.
How absurd is that?
It's crazy, right? So, but ultimately, it's going to be a good thing because if you look at the stats, once all weed becomes federally legalized, there won't be the other drugs. There's not enough to combat to justify having like the DEA, right? For having or the DEA's budget is just going to get shrunk to like 20% of what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now you're only dealing with two types of. You're just dealing with cartels basically.
Right.
You're just because now the Mexican cartels have a virtual monopoly. Besides like a little bit of like Colombian cocaine that gets like smuggled in, or Dominican cocaine that gets smuggled in like on the eastern seaboard. Mm-hmm. Besides that, the Mexicans have a monopoly on the coke, the heroin, the meth that comes through the border of Mexico. Mm-hmm. Like that's where 90% of all drugs come in. So besides the law enforcement that's dealing with that, there will be no other justification for dealing with for having a DEA office that operates out of Minnesota, right?
Right.
Because it's like, what are they doing? They're fucking busting weed.
Right.
So ultimately, and once, I think, optimistically speaking, once that happens, society will just become more kind than these laws that are so harsh involving everything, right? Mm-hmm. Will start to be ameliorated, it'll be a positive thing. That all is going to start with ending the war on drugs.
Yeah.
And that starts with legalizing weed.
Yeah. Do you think there are other drugs that'll follow suit, like psilocybin or anything like that?
So what's that again?
Mushrooms.
Yeah, mushrooms for sure. Well, they legalized mushrooms
in Colorado, right?
Yeah, and in Oregon too.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So eventually, and eventually, I guess maybe not in our lifetimes, but the hard drugs probably will be too. Because if you look at Switzerland, Zurich used to have a huge heroin problem in the 80s and 90s, like junkies, like it looked like Baltimore, underneath the bridges and shit. It was just these skinny
the
fucking
Tenderloin in San Francisco.
Exactly. It's just like it was just skinny white dudes fucking shooting up smack.
Yeah.
And now you can go get a dose of heroin from government-run institutions. Wow. That's how far ahead Europe is.
Wow.
Yeah. I think Europe will pay you to bang chicks out, dude. I think Europe, you can get stipend money to go see prostitutes.
Because it's legal there. And
Yeah,
it's
I
regulated.
could be. And
Well, I think
they're like,
prostitution should be regulated.
of course it should be.
Yeah.
Getting a nut is a human right, dude.
It's
Busting
like a
nut is
massage. Dude, you get a massage, and they're rubbing every single part of your body, including your butt.
Yeah.
And they're not allowed to touch you.
But if her, God forbid, her little Thai finger accidentally fucking breaches your little bunghole, dude, you're like, whoa, whoa. Well, you're going to have to take you in.
Right. It's insane. That's so crazy.
Do you know what it is?
If you normalize it and you regulate it, and it's not just a bunch of people in back alleys banging each other in front of dumpsters, I think it's better. But it's just...
Do you know what it is? It's this country is run... It still operates off like Judeo-Christian doctrine.
The religious ideology
it's still very
so
pervasive
deep.
here. Whereas Europe cast that shit off centuries ago, right? Europe's just way older. You know, we're not even 300 years old. We're 250 years old in this country. So it's like, so we haven't, and people who came here that founded the country that, you know, obviously genocided the Indians and enslaved black people. Those were people that were fleeing persecution in Europe.
Yeah.
But that's not a good thing. They had shitty fucking religions. Maybe they should have been persecuted because your doctrine stinks and you're fucking burning witches, you know?
Right.
So they're the people that came here. So that is still drives a lot of like this like right-wing morality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We just haven't evolved out of that yet.
Haven't evolved out.
Slowly.
Yeah, but I think the country will be split up by the time we get government money to go bang out toots. I think we're gonna be like 4 countries. You know, we're definitely
California is definitely gonna be.
I can't wait though.
I think it could.
I'm
be
a Californian. Like I'm not an American, baby. I'm a fucking Californian.
I know, it's so different. It's so different.
So different.
Don't we have the number 5 economy in the world?
Yes.
Isn't
Why
that
do
crazy?
we need any of you people?
Man. Separate California.
Yeah, it's going to be Texas, Cali, and like 2 other states, and that's going to and they're going to absorb all the fucking land.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Wild. What is you said you know a lot about the war on drugs, and that's something I've been trying to learn about recently with everything that's been happening around the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about systemic racism, a lot of people bring up the war on drugs and how some of those policies directly impacted black communities.
Dude, go listen to the Nixon tapes.
I never have.
Oh, dude.
Educate me, baby.
Oh, they're gold.
Is that where
They're
they
gold.
explicitly say we're going to outlaw weed and crack cocaine because that'll get rid of
this is way
hippies and
before
black
crack.
people?
This is way before crack. But yeah, this is the early 70s, and they were like, it was the Vietnam protests. They were like, we can't, the civil rights movement had just been passed, so they're like, we need a new justification for cracking down on dissent. And that's what it was. They were like, we'll target these communities, and the excuse will be drugs. Wow. Yeah, and we get a few Richard Nixon N-words, which mean hilarious, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nixon...
like he says it on the tape.
Yeah, Nixon on the tapes. He's using slang for, Jewish people.
Oh, no. The K word?
The K word.
Oh,
but it's
man.
But it's a Nixon speak.
But it's a Nixon language? Oh,
it's
man.
Fucking hilarious.
Dude, they were so racist back then.
Openly racist.
Openly. That's wild.
Yeah, and that was only 50 years ago.
What do you think would have happened if there was never a war on drugs? Do you think it would be we would be in a situation today that's better?
Yo, it's crazy. Probably, right? Like the cities would look different. The cities, most of the inner cities that were decimated by crack in the 90s or in the 80s, I guess the 80s, early 90s, would probably, so their generation, so the whole generation of black men in the cities got taken to prison for 20 years, right?
Yeah.
In the 80s and early 90s for crack. So you probably see, so that's a whole generation of their children that grew up without fathers, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't have that if you hadn't had the war on drugs.
Mm-hmm. And
so it's always a generation after.
Yeah, and then that also affects like that generation of kids that grew up without.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
dads.
Yeah.
I just listened to a podcast. I forget who the woman was. I'll have to look it up. I'm embarrassed that I don't remember her name. But she was talking about that. She was saying how when like a lot of people point toward the black community as being like without fathers, and that's the number one reason that they are coming up with so much. But she takes a biological standpoint to it and says that because of things like the war on drugs and having all these black men that have been locked up, it leads to a lower number of men in the community that the women can, like, there's less men than there are women.
Right.
So the men have more options.
Right.
And it's written into the male
of course,
genetic
to
code
not stay with one woman.
to not stay with one woman.
Wow.
To constantly be trying to
Interesting.
spread your seed.
Interesting.
And so
I don't
it's,
know. I mean,
it's
black
natural
black
biology.
people have always had
This
a lot
was
of
her
kids.
argument.
Black people have always had big families. Let's face it.
That's true. And this was her argument was like a biological one, which was really interesting. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's just interesting to think about. It's like when you have a lower number of men in a community, then those men are going to be spreading throughout more women.
Right.
And they're not going to want to stay with one woman.
Interesting. I don't think you can evolve that quickly. I mean, this was only 30 years ago, 25 years ago. But sure, there's something to it. Sociologically, in China, it's the opposite. There's no broads. Right?
Oh, that's
There's
right.
no chicks. My sister's, we adopted her from China when she was a little girl in the 90s.
Really?
Right? Yeah, because they were giving babies away, dude. Because it was a
It was
one-child
like
policy.
male, and everybody wanted men.
That's right. So they're giving babies away, dude. So we went and got my
Wow.
sister. But then a generation later, now there's no chicks. And as we know, guys need a nut or they will go to war.
That's why wars are started.
And that's how we got the coronavirus.
Yeah.
They were like, we're making biological war.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. Is your sister your same age?
No, she's 26, 27.
Are you guys close?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She lives
So
in
she was
Vancouver.
around for the whole thing.
She was around for the whole thing. She just thought it was funny.
Oh, that's cool. That's
She's like,
cool.
Johnny, ha, ha, ha. I'll see you when you get back. I was like, you fucking bitch. I might not ever get back.
Did she ever go visit you, or did family come visit you?
I think she was in college. She really could care less.
Okay.
But
I guess 2 years was like, yeah, you'll do it. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my family came all the time. Like my
that's
mom
cool.
and dad came all the time. My boys, they would come out, dude. It was,
Did they mess with you?
Yeah, of course, dude. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm like, oh my god, this is
Through the
so
glass, like, bro, you been fucking or what?
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Bro, how fucking funny is that? It's
That's
just
so
so
funny.
embarrassing. It's just so embarrassing, but it's just so funny. It really is so funny.
Yeah.
That's why they really need to make another. I'm hoping this book, I'm hoping the industry finds it and is like, let's make a show about this.
Well, you know what? This sounds like something.
Well, Orange is the New Black was a show kind of about that, but it was with chicks, and they just didn't make it funny enough. I'm like, guys, you need to make it like The Office.
Yeah.
Like in that tone, because there's so much funny shit. I have a script about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I have a script. It doesn't go along with the book. The book is a lot more like real.
Is
like
the script, does it embellish a lot?
Yeah,
because you should.
It's a totally made up script. It's I wrote it in the like with the feel of The Office.
Oh,
and so
okay.
it follows around the prison guards. It's called New Fish. So it's about a white
cool.
kid that goes in and he's playing basketball. He's got a big black cellmate. You know what I mean? And he makes him wash his back. So it's just there's so much funny in it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a script about your story?
I don't. No.
Because the story to me, if I'm like speaking from a producer mentality, it would be very much in the tone of The Social Network.
Right.
Very much
Oh,
like
sure.
fast-paced.
Of course.
David Fincher or David Lynch. Who directed that? Fincher.
Yeah.
David Fincher, like almost borderline thriller.
Right.
Because you're always on the edge of your seat,
sure.
but it's so fucking entertaining,
For sure.
and the funny moments are so funny.
Yeah. So funny.
It also reminds me of the whole scandal out of San Diego State.
What was that? It was like
Dude.
dudes selling major coke, right?
Dude, that was huge. That was like one frat house who got so big, and they were moving hundreds of thousands of dollars of product a month, mainly cocaine and Molly, and ecstasy, cocaine and ecstasy,
right.
And like their walls, they had all the diagrams and all the numbers were written on their walls in invisible ink, so that you had to turn on black light in the house, and that's how they had their meetings.
Wow, these kids were like doing it.
This was big, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. And
they're probably moving it for the cartel.
They were directly connected to the cartel.
Yeah,
they were like one step underneath the cartel, and they were going to San Diego and filling up surfboards with product, and then coming back up and just being like, "Yeah, we're going surfing."
Wow.
They would legit.
You mean they go down to Mexico?
Yeah. What did I say? San Diego.
Yeah. So they were living in San Diego. They'd go down. So they would actually
Mexico.
smuggle it across the border.
Yep.
That is fucking
They
genius.
would cut the surfboard open, fill it with packages of products.
Right.
Rebuild the surfboard
Totally.
so you can't smell through the styrofoam
No, it's
or whatever.
so fucking. It's
It's
such
dense.
thick plastic.
Yeah, and then that's their excuse. There's just a couple bros that
Wow.
went on a surf trip.
And they're white kids, so they're fucking. That's white privilege right there, baby.
100%.
I mean,
100%.
it's a fact.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah, I think I remember that. That was like maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't made anything about that.
And they got
either.
raided, right? They raided
got
their frat house.
massively raided. Yeah. And like the shit that went down in the court, like the numbers that they were reading off in the court, people were like shocked that these kids were moving that kind of numbers.
It's, you know what? You'd be surprised, but it's usually the guys that are kingpin in it. If they're not the cartels, they're usually fucking middle class, upper middle class kids.
Yeah.
Because they're the guys that are connected with people that are buying drugs.
And
you
they're
know?
probably also the guys that think they're untouchable.
Of course. They're like, this is a joke.
Upper middle class white kids?
Like me, this is so cool.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like
With no sense of danger.
Black people are like, Mexican people are like, no, we're doing this to survive.
Right.
You know?
Or like, we know we're fucked if we get caught.
Right.
White
exactly.
kids are like, no, we won't get caught.
Yeah.
We're white.
Yeah, exactly. And if I do, that's what everybody would say. Even I get locked up, even in prison.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, how the fuck did you end up in here?
That's funny. Oh, man.
I'll be on my way to court. They'd be like, you're white. Don't worry about it.
That's wild, dude.
That is fucking crazy. But I think the book is like it's a drama.
Cool.
With a lot of funny in it, but it is like
because there's funny in the stories.
Yeah, but it is like
happen.
it's levitated. I try to keep levity throughout the whole thing, but it's very much like a piece of literature. Like I tried to write it well.
Yeah,
I didn't just want to like write the facts. So it's a lot of it's embellished. A lot of it's I move dates around and in events in order to just make consistency throughout of it. Yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
Did you self-publish it?
I did.
Wow.
I did. I sent the book out to a bunch of agencies and shit, and they were like, look, you're a first-time writer. We like it. Well, some of them were like, we love it, but we're just not going to fuck with you.
Wow.
Which I'm fine with. Like, I don't care. I was like, I can push this myself. Like, doing podcasts
We
like
really
this.
are in the age of doing everything yourself, too.
And, like, you probably got some listeners. I might move some books.
Yeah, I think I will.
You know?
Yeah. We get maybe around 1,000 listeners per show.
That's really good, guy.
Yeah, from streaming audio and YouTube combined.
You have more than. Oh, I don't want to like be gossiping, dude, but like that's more than guys that are on like big podcasts. Like my friend's a sidekick on a big podcast.
Oh, cool.
And I'll tell you off mic, and I don't even think he has 1,000 downloads. Like you're doing it, baby.
I'm trying, dude. We're trying.
You got to get Trevor Wallace in here, dude.
Yeah, he'll pull numbers. We'll just talk about dick stuff the whole time.
Trev, I need your
White
numbers,
Claws.
baby. Yeah. He's gonna be getting
Trevor,
a call
what's
from
your favorite White Claw, bro?
He's like,
kidding.
dude,
Trevor, I love you.
He's like, dude, I got a sponsorship, guy. He's like, take whatever you want.
Yeah. He actually did give me a free case of the White Claw thing that happened with him because that video blew up for him.
Yeah.
And then White Claw like threatened to sue him because he used their copyright.
That's right.
And,
I'm
and
surprised
all
that
stuff.
hasn't happened sooner, honestly.
But dude, it's like White Claw fucked up because that video was so brilliant and he nailed it. And all they should have done is been like, hey, let us sign you.
Yeah, free advertising.
You
Dummies.
gave us 25 million views for free.
Yeah.
Trevor literally built White Claw.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And they threatened to sue him. They
I
gave him
know.
a cease and desist.
How dumb are fucking these companies?
And so you know
dude?
what happened is when that happened, he was about to put out a bunch of merch with like the Ain't No Laws logo. And that had like the White Claw wave, and that's what they got on him for.
Right.
Instead of saying, give us half the profit and we'll push it for you too.
Right.
Which is their fault. So Truly sent him like 24 cases of Truly.
Wow.
Trulies. Yeah.
Dude, all the most bitch ass fucking drinks are competing for him.
I know.
Are vying for him.
They even Truly was like tweeting him like if you make a video about us, we truly will support you. Or like some dumb like
Did he do it?
catchphrase shit. Nah, but he gave me like 2 packs of Trulies back in the day.
Go to his apartment, it just looks like a GNC
It was a whole wall.
Yeah,
it was a whole wall.
Yeah, and he's also got like the G7 energy drinks.
Yeah.
Like these companies that are just
Yeah,
never going to take off.
I
you
know.
He's got
But
a bunch
good
of
for him,
He's got
dude.
like frisbees. Yeah,
Good
dude.
for he nailed that brand.
Bro,
He's got his
nailed it,
brand
dude.
on point.
Well,
dude.
you guys have crossover like that though.
A little
You know what
bit,
I mean?
yeah. We got some crossover. I'm more of the like a couple like a little more spiritual. I got some spiritual,
Yeah.
some
You're a little
spiritual flow
deeper.
to my stuff.
Yeah.
But I love his. It's all good.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, we're all trying to push.
That's how we need to do it. We need to get like the way like the big guys are always just rotating in a circle. They got their little crew, you know, the Millionaire Boys Club, Kreischer, Rogan. It all stems from Rogan. But Segura, Theo, Fighter and the Kid,
Shop.
like, they all gotta, like, we gotta kill all of them. You know, they
might all get canceled.
I think they're all gonna get canceled, right?
And because we're not mean to women, we will not get canceled.
That's exactly it. And then we're gonna circle the wagons around ourselves and just fucking fill that power vacuum.
I would love to fill that vacuum.
Yeah,
dude, I was bummed to see D'Elia go. I think
he'll be back.
I think
he'll be back. He'll. I don't know. You know.
Well, did you see what he's putting out now? The emails and text threads.
Yeah. Of course,
so, like,
it exonerates him.
Yeah, there's one here. Here's one example, and I don't want to touch on all of them because you guys can go look it up yourselves. But the one from the main girl, Simone, who released
16. She was 16 at the time.
Yeah, but dude,
she's a piece.
Yo,
D'Elia,
what
good
she did.
taste.
First off, and before I say this, Bieber is suing the girl who accused him of sexual assault for $20 million.
You're kidding me.
Because she accused him of sexual assault and laid out this whole story, and he was like, I have proof, I have witnesses, I have pictures, I have texts that go that entire night. He was with Selena Gomez at a music festival, and he had his whole entourage around him, and there's pictures and videos of him with her the whole night. And Selena corroborated it. So now Bieber is suing this accuser for $20 million for defamation. It doesn't matter if he gets $20 million. He doesn't want $20 million. He'd probably donate it to the women's fund or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like that exists.
Yeah.
And even if that's 0.1% of accusers,
right.
It cannot be ignored.
Yeah.
And so this woman, Simone, put out this text thread between her and D'Elia of him hitting her up, asking her for pics or whatever, saying she's hot, should we make out?
Yeah.
I don't know what he said.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, Chris, I'm 16. And that's all that was in the photo that she released.
Yeah.
And then he just released a photo of the rest of that conversation.
Right. Where he was
which
like,
is her
too
saying,
young.
Yep. Which is her saying, no, Chris, I'm 16. And him saying, oh, well, you were at my show and you have to be 18 or over to get into that. So I thought you were 18. Bye.
Bye. No case.
He even said bye.
Zip. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
5 years later, she messaged him, hey, I'm 21 now and I'm down to fuck.
That's it.
And,
That's it.
And so I don't know
I just got
what.
jealous.
Yeah.
and sad.
I know. And so I don't know what the legality is of like charging her because
With
she
slander.
started a whole slander and she inspired all these other women, and how many of them are doing something similar.
Yep.
But at the same time, I'm sure there are women that he treated like shit.
Yeah.
And that should not be ignored. Especially if any of the assault stuff is true. I don't know how you prove it, but you can't falsely accuse someone of something and ruin a career.
The foundation of this country is built off of, well, in theory, it's built off of innocence until guilty. But as we see,
but that's not the internet.
and black people have had to worry about white women in real life, accusing them of shit like that.
Yeah, for saying
where they've been killed.
Bench.
You know what I mean? So it's like, damn, white women are having their comeuppance.
Yeah.
And it's about time,
Yep.
Yep. I got fucking Karen at the beach the other day. I got white girl Karen.
Did you?
Got white woman Karen.
What happened?
Dude, so I'm there with my girl, right?
Uh-huh.
And we sit down next to these people, and I'm 6'6". We're like 6'6" away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she just butts in. This lady who's on her, this is Malibu, so she's in her fucking house that's right on the beach, right? She's standing on her balcony.
Yeah.
And she goes, and if she'd asked me nicely, I would have been like, yeah, we'll move a little further away. She goes, you have to be 6 feet away. And so I just turn around and the fucking gangster Johnny comes out. And I go, and I just start ripping into her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this bitch goes, this fucking lady, she goes, how would you feel if you had a $10 million house? I was like, let me cut you off there. Fantastic. I feel fantastic.
Oh,
you want
my
me to
God.
you trying to get me to feel
She
bad?
really said that?
She was like, yeah. And I was like, you want me to feel bad that you have a $10 million house that your husband bought? And her husband's standing right there as I'm cussing her out and doesn't do shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, wild. I mean, so it's the arrogance and the entitlement of a rich white woman.
Yeah.
You can't believe it until you're there. You're like, you really think you're the victim.
That's unbelievable.
Just the entire people really feel victimized.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, dude. And I should have, and it's my fault. I should have been like, okay, But I'm in front of my girl.
But
and
you
later
got some
she was
Joey
like,
from Jersey in you.
That's it. And later
Yeah.
she was like, my girl was like, "That's so fucking sexy." I'm like, "That's right. That's right, bitch." So it was worth it.
And you had wild sex that night.
Yeah. No, that was the night of the show. I did not have
really?
wild sex. I went home and passed out
sad.
drunk.
Yeah,
and sad.
You
Yeah.
went home sad after a terrible time on stage.
The best part of the show was kicking it afterwards.
Oh yeah, that's always the best.
That was
part.
that was one of those, and my mouth went dry in the middle. Like I've been drinking and smoking all day.
Yeah.
Like I don't do that before I
Do you
perform.
want some water, by the way?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I got pee bad.
Okay. We're almost done.
But that was one of those shows where halfway through my mouth, the roof of my mouth was sticking to my gum.
Yeah.
And I was still getting the jokes out, but you couldn't tell.
you
But
could-
it was exactly, dude.
Yeah,
I
you
had
could feel
cotton
that.
mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird, dude.
Yeah.
It's weird getting back on stage, man.
I know. What are you doing next week? I think I got a gig. Probably
Do
get
you?
on. It's down at the beach.
No,
It's
outdoors?
a show on the beach. Yeah.
Oh, I would
It's
love
July 4th if you're around.
to. Ooh, I
you
might
doing?
be escaping LA. I'm thinking about just driving up California. I get cabin fever, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I get real
I know.
like before quarantine, I was on the road so much.
Yeah.
And then I had this whole tour planned where I was going to be gone for like 3 months.
Right.
And so
I think I
that got-
remember that. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, he's really headlining.
I was really going to do it. Or it was going to be the first like proper tour.
Yeah.
And so because that was ripped away,
Yeah.
I have this like
I
chip
know.
where I need to just be on the road.
You're not
going
going to drive up to Northern California. It's too much traffic.
Too
You
much
can't-
traffic.
Too much traffic.
There's no traffic right now. Ain't nobody on the road. Where are they going?
They're going. They got you. They're going
got
where
my
you're going.
mentality?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They're like nobody else will be doing this. Go
Yeah,
to
bro.
Mexico. That's
I
what.
might-
That's what you'll do. Just do yourself. Be a
My
friend.
buddy
to
has a
yourself.
house in Mexico.
Does he?
actually. Yeah, he invited me down.
Where?
He was
What
like,
part of
hey,
Mexico?
let's go to Mexico and do some acid.
Yeah.
Oh,
that sounds great.
So it does sound great. His place is
like Rosarito, like TJ.
Less sketchy. I did a run of shows in Rosarito.
Coke Run.
No, but I would have loved to.
Yeah, next
Probably
time.
would have made more money.
Next time.
Yeah. You hook me up with
You
your
think
guy.
so?
I'll do a run through Rosarito for anything. I did a run of shows through Rosarito, and it was like in these expat communities.
Yeah.
So it's nothing but retirees
Yeah.
from America.
Yeah, pink-skinned,
Pink
fucking
skin, dude. Pink
sunburned white
pink
people.
Skin boomers, bro.
sunburned white
All
people.
60s, 70s,
Yeah,
80s, 80 year olds. And they were drunk, dude.
Yeah.
They had fun.
Oh, they did.
People down there, Americans down there, don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Even the ones that like you'd see and you'd be like, oh, this guy's a Trump supporter for sure.
Yeah.
They're down there because they don't like anything.
Right.
That's going on
true.
up here.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good
So
point.
they were totally open to anything.
Dude, how
was
wild
fun.
is it that Americans are going to regions in Mexico where like beheadings occur every day to get cheap dental work done? Like, how wild is that? Like, think about
That's
that.
a thing?
Like, oh, absolutely. Every American now is like, oh, I can't afford surgery. I got to go to Mexico. Wow. I guess I'm just going to risk kidnapping to get my fucking wisdom teeth
Whoa.
pulled. How wild is that?
That is crazy.
Yeah.
We used to go to TJ when I did shows in San Diego. We would mob down to
Yeah.
Tijuana after.
I did
Get,
that
like, a bucket of beers
last time
and-
was at American Comedy Company. We went down to TJ,
Yeah.
had lunch and shit.
Yeah, but then we found out, we got down there the last time we went down there, and our waiter was like, yeah, somebody got shot out there last week. We're like, okay, we're not going to come back.
For
a
sure.
while.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And we always had, like, we would get down there and we would go to, we would start at a bar and then we would go to a club. And
Oh, you actually stay down there. You guys actually party down there.
we partied.
Oh,
Yeah. But we would like pay the waiter extra to walk us to the club from,
Oh, yeah,
from
yeah,
the bar.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we would start getting tacos and like a bucket of beer for like
Yeah.
50 cents or whatever. And we would always go with somebody that spoke fluent Spanish.
Yeah.
We would
Take
not
me
go
next
without
time,
that
dude.
guy.
I speak Spanish.
I don't know if I'm going to go again.
Oh, I'm going, baby. That's where I got to.
Do you speak fluent Spanish?
I do.
Really?
Yeah, and I got to go to TJ soon because my dick pills are running dangerously low. My girl's
can
like,
get
you want to
any pills
fuck
down
tonight?
there.
I'm like, you know what? We got a ration, so no. I'm just going to eat that ass if you don't mind.
We got a ration. Oh, no.
I got a quarter of one. So we get about one in.
I'll give you a solid 2 minutes. Yeah, you can get anything in Mexico.
It's a
Wow.
fucking great. I love Mexico.
But it's so scary right now. They just tried to kill the
Yes, it
chief of
is.
police of Mexico
Oh,
City.
really?
There was a hit. He got an assassination attempt
I
the other
didn't
day.
know that.
Yeah. Bunch of dudes open fired on him and his whole crew, and like a couple people got shot, and they were able to protect him.
I guess there's.
Broad daylight.
Yeah, I know. I guess it's true. I guess I
Yeah.
should be more scared. I just love I love Mexican
You got
people.
that kingpin in you, dude.
I guess I have that
got
wildness.
that fire
I still
in
have
you,
that
bro.
wild streak where I'm just
Yeah,
like, let's
man.
just go.
Damn.
I mean, I've been in some situations where even now I'm looking back, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? But I just ran into it like youth, dude.
Yeah.
Young men. And that's why the war on drugs and like punishing a 22-year-old for something and keeping him in prison till he's 40.
Yeah,
he's a totally
that doesn't
different
make
person
sense,
by
man.
then.
That doesn't
He's a
make
different
sense.
person by
You're
the
a
time
different
he's in his
person
late
5 years
20s.
later.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Ruined a lot of people.
The prison system is so fucked. They could be so much better if they just put people on house arrest.
Yeah.
Like for crimes like that,
Yeah.
where there's no violence involved or.
Yeah, I just
know
get
what I
an
mean?
OnlyFans going.
Yeah.
Like, we'll make money.
You can make money on
Yeah, we'll
OnlyFans.
make money.
Thinking about doing that, dude.
Is that the one? Is that the one where I could jerk off?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You can jerk off. You can show pictures of your dick and make people pay like $30.
Yeah, I got a buddy whose friend is like, he's like a pretty big actor now, but that was his day job. He's just like,
Was
good looking.
OnlyFans?
Yeah, he was just jerking off for gay dudes.
No way.
Yeah, it was making good money.
Did he show his face?
He did.
Oh.
He did. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a package deal. Maybe I can get maybe I'll get your
Maybe
face.
you can do
like,
it without showing the face, or wear a mask or something.
Yeah,
'Cause then
wear-
you could
wear-
get acting work.
wear
and
like a
not-
Nixon mask.
Yeah.
It'll be like
Yeah.
it'll be like Point Break.
Yeah, dude.
Just a fucking
And then
just
you charge
Reagan's
more 'cause
face.
that's a weird fetish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
you get the real money.
Reagan's face.
Yeah, dude. Wild.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, dude.
How are you making money now? Are you on unemployment? I don't mean to pull back the curtain here.
No. It's unemployment, dude. I mean, my day job on the side, which I was doing almost none of within the past year, was as a PA on commercials and music videos.
Right.
So I was just a producer's assistant.
Right. So if you just needed cash, if you just needed
Yeah,
money,
but ever
it'd
since
still
I
work.
started performing at colleges, I was PAing less.
Yeah.
And then using my free time to build my
just to
online
make
stuff.
your
yeah.
videos.
And so that's what the past 2 years was kind of evolving into. And then with this tour, it was going to be like the first time where I was making a couple months worth of money without having to PA.
Yeah.
And
Wait, so are you selling tickets? How do you are you selling tickets on the road, or do you just use your credits to have your agent set up like one-nighters?
So I only have a college agent.
Right.
Everything else is just through me.
You're just lining up your own shit.
Yeah, and she only does the colleges.
Got it.
My credits, I think, if used properly, will sell some extra tickets.
Yeah.
But it depends on how the venue promotes it.
Yeah.
Like I was on an MTV show 4 years ago that no one saw, and it was like a talking head thing, and I was just featured once.
Yeah.
So you can say
it's
seen
true.
on MTV.
It's true.
But if people Google Brent Pella MTV, they're not going to find anything.
No.
So whenever I work with a venue, I try to ask them, like, hey, have you had any, like, social media people? Like, how do you promote them?
Yeah.
Because it's a different type of promotion now.
Yeah,
you can't
of
just put
no
social media in parentheses next to their name the way you can for Comedy Central. So I always pay for sponsored ads on Facebook and Instagram, and I target the cities that I'm going to be in.
And you know how to do that? Because that takes
it takes some time to learn.
Yeah,
and
for
to do.
sure.
But it's part of the process. You know? So I do that, and I have the venue put like 100 million views online in parentheses.
Right.
And then my Instagram handle right underneath that.
Yeah.
So that way, if people go to my page, they'll be like, "Oh, I think I saw that video. That's the mask video. Oh, it's this fucking guy. Oh, he does this. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm hoping will happen.
Yeah.
And this was gonna be the first year I could test that until young COVID came into play.
Yeah, sure. Young COVID.
Yeah, and so now I'm just waiting until we can do it again so I can actually test that shit. So I was just starting to, and also my numbers aren't really that high. Like to really do work on the road, like my numbers, I think at a club, if the club can sell half the room just on the club's name, which most clubs can do, people are just going to go to a club because it's comedy.
Yeah, they're just papering the room.
Yeah.
Might be Groupons, whatever.
And then there's a group of people that are going to look the person up.
Yeah.
And that's maybe 25% that are
Right.
going to go based on who the
Right,
person
right.
is. And then the last 25%, and this is just what I think, the last 25% are going to go if it's you and they're already fans.
Right.
So you got that first 50% that you're sitting on at the comedy club that's already going to go.
Right.
And so my goal has always been like, okay, if I want to raise that 25% of people who know me to make that like the majority.
That's right.
And then I also want, if people look up my name, I want them what do I want them to see first, and what do I want them to like be? What do I want the catalyst to be for them to buy the ticket?
Right.
Because some people would be like, "Oh, this guy does Eminem impressions. What the fuck is he gonna do on stage? I don't want to go." So that's why on my YouTube or my Facebook, some of the first videos that I have pop up are like a stand-up clip or the Spirit Airlines clip.
Right.
So that if people look up my name, they'll be like, "Oh, this is funny. I want to see this on stage."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, dude, and the clubs, like especially like the shittier, like the B and C clubs.
Yeah.
They're so, I mean, if they're not already out of business, they're on their way there. You know what I mean?
That club in Nebraska just closed.
Right. No, and remember the club I was gonna hook you up with in Scottsdale?
Closed?
Done.
What?
Yeah, I talked to Chappelle last night.
No.
He was like, yeah. He's like, you lucky you headlined that bitch. You got your money while you could.
Oh no,
so it's all
dude.
those little shitty clubs that never knew how to promote.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they were probably riding on the bare minimum of profit.
That's
profit
right.
margins.
Exactly. They had 1 month's float.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's what you said the other night. Yeah.
So, but it's so interesting, like a market correction. That's what's going on right now.
Yeah.
So like in any business, it gets overheated. Comedy's the same way, baby.
Yep.
Just too many clubs, too many comedians. It's just and then plus all the content online, coupled with the economic downturn that was going to happen with COVID or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is needed. You need to fucking correct things.
Yeah.
It's like any bubble. It's just it's what happens with capitalism. You know what I mean?
And the people that are going to rise out of it, I think, are going to be the people that are putting out other content.
Yeah.
Like your book
Yeah.
or my videos.
You got to have
know?
something.
Like I see my buddy Stevie Emerson, who has a massive following online. He's got like 250,000 on every platform.
Crazy.
And he doesn't really do a lot of stand-up.
No.
But he enjoys it. And it's fun to watch on stage.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
He is a super nice guy.
But he's not, he doesn't have that like traditional, I came up at the store background.
Right.
But that doesn't matter anymore.
No.
So like he's going to be able to go on the road and sell out anywhere he goes.
That's right.
Because he's going to have that 50% that are drawn because of the club. That's going to be 75% drawn because of who he is.
Right.
You know?
I know.
So that I think is going to be the new model for people. And I think comedy clubs are already going into that direction too.
I know, and the only downside of that is, man, this shit takes years to really get good at. So it's like you don't want to burn your audience
exactly,
like and show up and not know like Trevor can actually back up. He's got the comedy chops to where he can actually back up the tickets he's moving.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he started off as just a stand-up.
Yeah.
So and he's been doing it a while. Like he's been doing it longer, I think, than both of us.
Me and him started at the same time.
Started about the same time?
Yeah,
okay.
Stand-up wise, yeah.
So, but yeah, that's the only thing, man. And that's why, like, you know, the traditional comedians, like, look at the YouTubers and the influencer comedians, and they turn their nose up. But, you know, look at Rogan.
Keep turning it up, bro.
Yeah, keep turning it up.
You smell my fart, dude.
That's it.
As I'm running by you, dude.
Hey, dude. Fucking dude.
Smell this fart, dude. Figure it out, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I hope the book pops off, dude.
Thanks, man. Can I plug it real quick?
Please.
So it's Days of the Trap is the title. You can find it on my website, JohnnyMitchellComedy.com. That's Johnny Mitchell Comedy. It's also, the link to it will be in my Instagram. So please follow me, Mr. Johnny Mitchell. It's Mr. Johnny Mitchell. Yeah, man.
And the book, it's available on Amazon?
It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble Books, wherever you get books, which basically means Amazon.
Yeah.
And there's an ebook available and there's a paperback book available.
Get the paperback though.
Get the paperback.
I love the paperbacks.
And the fucking, you'll see, go to my Instagram, you'll see the fucking artwork is so cool. Like my friend Brent Banta. Brent Banta?
I don't.
Oh, you don't know Brent Banta?
No.
Fucking hilarious comedian, but he's a graphic designer. He made it for me.
Okay.
I'm also going to have a Patreon that goes along with my podcast where I will be reading chapters from the book.
What's the podcast called?
The podcast is called Here's Johnny.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So you have all that. You'll have all that information. Just go to my Instagram. You'll find all of it. Are you going to do
an audiobook?
That's where it's going to be on Patreon.
Oh,
so
cool.
Every week we're going to release like 1 or 2 new chapters.
Nice.
So I'm going to I'll read a chapter, and then I'm actually going to discuss the chapter and what was going on during that time period.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be super fucking interesting. If you're interested in what we've talked about and the history of that era, the bootleggers. Like I was the last bootlegger, dude.
Yeah.
I feel so
that's cool.
I feel so proud of that. You know? So, but anyways,
that's
man.
a good log line for the movie poster.
You know?
The days of the last weed bootlegger.
Yeah, the last weed bootlegger.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna pre-order it today.
Shut up.
Swear to God,
Bro,
I gotta read
copy.
this. I'm a big book guy.
That's great, dude. I'll give you
Yeah.
a copy, though. Come on, you have
Give me a
on.
copy. I'll post about it and everything.
That's it. I love it, baby.
Yeah.
I had fun, man.
This is dope.
This is Monday, dude.
This is a Monday, dude.
God, we got good lives, dude.
Woo!
Woo!
Oh man, we're having fun. Okay, guys. That's it. Follow Johnny and buy the book.
Peace out.
Peace and love, baby. Guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. What a story. What a ride. What a life. What a time to be alive. Please go buy Johnny's book, Days of the Trap, Amazon, JohnnyMitchellComedy.com, and follow him, Mr. Johnny Mitchell, on Instagram and all the things. And I'll post the book on the Instagram page at the Brent Pella Show, at Brent Pella, for all the new stuff. And hey, man, go tell someone you love them and be nice to each other. Okay? That's it. That's the message. See ya.